It's been one wild week, man. Y'all, it's been one wild week. It's been one bring wild this mic week. A little bit closer. Y'all, it's been one wild week. It's been one bring wild this mic week. A little bit closer. Somebody's got me on repeat. I think that's part 117. He's got me bouncing all over the place. Lou's over there loving it. Look. Lou's over there loving it. You know how we do. Kima in the building. Six, we all laughing. I got we're looking good out here. So guess what, y'all? We're gonna go ahead and start this show, man. We here, people. We here. Let's go.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I see the expression on my man Lou's face. Shout outs to the real Xbox fans out here, man. Somebody's got to do it. Damn, somebody's got to do it out here, man. My man Ashtray game.
Oh, hard.
I guess
Brian
we're the only
Shane,
ones
man.
doing that,
Too many frauds and bad actors.
Oh Lord.
Forgive us, audience, tonight. We laugh so much. But I am going to bring y'all some ammunition. Oh, yeah, y'all already know how it is. Welcome to the bottom. The bottom, the mud. Welcome. We got Drawn TJ losing connection. It's gonna be one of those nights.
It's gotta
but
be.
We're gonna have fun. Yo, I got my man Six Slayer in the building.
Yeah.
I got my man Crazy Lou in the building. Spartan 117 in the building.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What is that?
I got the host himself of tonight's show. He wanted it to go down tonight. Resident Gamer Zero in the building. My man John TJ. And the rest of the Chit Chat community. Before we get started, let's shout them out. I got Sanchez Gaming in the building. Let's go. We got my man Mr. Keem in the building. Ashtray Gaming in the building. Of course, the international podcast, Xbox International Podcast, the Lou Gang in the building. Yo, always make sure you go check out my man Crazy Lou and his gang. Get your parachutes and be able to jump out of that plane, baby. They fly high. I got my man V Records in the building. Much love coming straight out of Canada, man. We got Canada, we got Australia, we around the world right now. 30 below. Finally caught a live show. Salute, man. Salute, fam. Make a seat. Make yourself at home, fam. You home now. 30 below. I got Metroplex in the building. Another Canadian. Yo, Metroplex is family, though. He's been here forever, man. We get him when we can get him right now. He's been having horrible connection. He'll be moving into a new house. So we really waiting on him. But soon, brother, we can't wait to grace you back, man, on Di-RRec Gaming. We got, I'm pumped now. They done messed up now, man. They done brought them. They done messed up tonight. I done got pumped. They got the man Smitty Smith out of the Arkham jail. Somebody bust him out, man. He's out. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He's holding the book of X. Facts, Ashtray, representing Australia in the building, man. Thank you, man. Shout outs. We're worldwide because of that. Thank you for that, Drawn TJ, man. We're going to get this stuff started, y'all. Yo, I don't know about y'all, but I'm double hyped about the fact that Intel chips are back in the Xbox consoles. Now, if y'all have anything that y'all want to elaborate on that, feel free to talk. I'm really kind of curious on what the panel
you saw
has
that
to say.
Cobalt chip they showed off, right?
Man, do your thing, brother. I got 5 mics. I got 5 mics out here.
One thing before you go, I just want to say my heart is back in a 360 nostalgic moment for Microsoft to go back with Intel chipset. I'm very proud of them.
Oh, you mean? Oh no, you mean the original?
They'll push the power.
The original Xbox, remember that
Yeah.
one came out with the
Yeah, that was-
Pentium chip 3 and the NVIDIA
graphics. Yep.
Intel
Yes,
and
sir.
NVIDIA. Beautiful combination, and I hope they go back. Rez, you were gonna say something. Sorry, I just want to say I love that combination back in.
So you guys have heard this for a while now, and it's still in its infancy, but quantum computing, right?
Yep.
Cobalt, the mineral, it harnesses basically an energy, a power where they're trying to figure out how to utilize it in a CPU, in a processing way. So you're talking like billions of computations, right? Like it takes the CPUs and it just puts them to shame, like what's currently out there on the market, if they're able to pull it off, right? So if you can imagine this chip, right, with partnerships with AMD, Intel, and NVIDIA, like the possibilities are just like
somebody's TV or radio or something in the background.
Something in the background, yeah.
I don't know whose that is, but check it.
Check it. Make sure to check it. Oh man,
Go ahead, Rez.
Go ahead, Rez.
My mic was muted.
But basically, like I was saying, with the power of that chip, the possibilities of rendering in game, just think of it like anything that the developers want to be able to achieve, like there'd be almost no limitations, like outside of maybe the GPU and the RAM, right? Like the CPU would be able to computate and process anything imaginable that the developers want it to do in their game, right? So you're talking like seamless, like there's no loading, like or obviously that's already, you're seeing a little bit of that, right? But we're talking like instant loading, instant going, like when you're talking to NPCs, like the dialogue's going to pop up instantly. There's going to be no lag, like in terms of how you interact with the objects in the game, how you talk with people, how you fight. Everything is going to be completely seamless. And then not just that, they're also going to be utilizing their cloud. So the console with the CPU and the cloud services, the cloud tech, they're going to be able to basically utilize some of the cloud for some of the environments or whatever's inside the game, like the assets, the NPCs, the design pieces. A lot of that will be rendered and computated by the cloud services, right? That takes a lot of the stress and the pressure off of the main hardware, right? So if you think about the potential of that, like one game harnessing the power of multiple systems at once, including the console, like you're talking like, I don't even know. Like I don't even know how the developers are going to be harnessing it, honestly, because they've never done anything to that scope, right? It's going to be a huge learning curve for a lot of people off the get-go, but once they start harnessing the power of it, gaming as we know it is just going to completely change. Like we're going to get even closer to that Lawnmower Man or that Ready Player One kind of environment where we're in the game, literally. Not right off the bat. I'm not trying to say the next console that's where we're going to achieve, where we're going to hit, but I'm just saying that this is the start of it, right? This is the beginning. So this whole thing is just like getting me super excited as a techie, as a nerd, because like I just see the potential of it and where we started. Just think about it with Bill Gates and Apple and Steve Jobs and just the basic Apple Mac computer, starting off from there, and then look where we propelled from now. So if we are able to unlock quantum computing and we utilize that for gaming, whoo, you guys, man, the games are going to be like nothing we've ever played before, at least in my head. That's how I'm envisioning it. What do you guys think? Sick, you're a tech guy.
Those are
Real quick, before we get going anymore, Smitty Smith, salute, man. Thanks for the courtesy. Thanks for the courtesy, brother. Salute to the panel and chat. Everyone, please get comfortable because this is home. The Book of X. Let's keep it rolling. Sick, what you got to say, man?
Sick. I see.
You're muted, bud.
He'll be right back.
Okay. What you got?
Muted.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah,
You good, fam?
So other than quantum computing, because I'm not sure this is going to be an example of quantum computing, although you never know. But yeah, that's a bit ways out. But what you notice now, what's going on? Like Spartan was saying just before, it was the original Xbox was Intel CPU, NVIDIA GPU, right? Because that was, arguably like the best pair that was available on PC hardware at the time, right? So if you notice with AMD, they've been doing this whole thing, they call them chiplets, right? Where you see on the chip that we have on the Xbox and the PlayStation and the Steam Deck, stuff like that, anything that's using those AMD APUs, right? Where it's a bunch of chips that they're able to, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, glue together, right? And that's why they call them chiplets, right? You'll have a chiplet with 8-core CPU, and you'll have a chiplet with some GPU, right? And you put that all on one chip, and now you have an APU, a chip with graphics and processing all in one, right? So Intel is coming up with the same thing, but they call them tiles, but it's the same concept, right? You've seen that MSI Claw, right? It's using an Intel chip, right? A Core Ultra some odd type, I forget the name, but it's their newest thing called Meteor Lake, right? Every year there's a new architecture they come out with over at Intel, and the one for the past year has been Meteor Lake. Right now it's only on laptops and stuff, but you see it in the Claw. It's using that, right? Where it's got CPU tiles, got GPU tiles. It's got some of that stuff what they call NPU, functions for AI. You might have seen, bless you. You might have seen the ROG Ally. It's got an AMD chip that would have had that, but they fused off the APU, not the APU, I'm sorry, the NPU, the AI parts. But you see a lot of those little small computers you see at ETA Prime, or you see a lot of these guys review these little mini pieces that use these AMD chips, right? Usually it's not a AMD Z1, it will be like a 78 something 40U88 or whatever like that. Those have that NPU, that AI thing, right? So it's a common thing you'll see in chips nowadays. Even mobile chips are doing the same thing. You've been hearing about these little Snapdragons where they're taking, bits and pieces from other things and they glue them together into one master chip, right? And so you could pick from, the vendors you want. You can use an Intel CPU with some AMD graphics or some Intel CPU with some NVIDIA graphics, right? That could happen, right? Like, you're not going to see that maybe for the public to buy on their PCs, but for a vendor like a Microsoft or even a Sony or even Nintendo, where they can get a custom chip made specifically for what they're doing. And we know Microsoft wants to announce some new hardware. There's a lot of talk, we look at the ROG Ally, we see where Microsoft is going with platforms. So there's a lot of questions to be answered, but in terms of the tech, I think Drawn TJ ain't too far away from at least the kind of tech that will be powering it, right?
Direct SR will be a game changer for sure.
Well, yes.
I want them separate. I want the graphics card and the CPU different. Actually,
well,
because
doing
I
that
costs
more money, but then that's just a PC.
I know,
right?
But then I want a premium console.
Well, if you want a premium console, you what you're gonna get is a box that's like the most powerful that they can offer you. Being upgradability in a console like that dynamic, it's hard to have that cake and eat it too, because the console won't be affordable if it's upgradable, right? Because then they have to make all these interfaces to slot them in. So it's kind of tough, very tough. Not impossible, but very, very tough. So tough that I don't think they will really try, but we'll see. We'll see.
I got a question for you since you're a tech guy. Why don't they just let us upgrade the RAM and the storage personally ourselves, like the way we want to? And if you don't want to, don't touch it. Just either you buy the more powerful version or you buy the handheld that's a hybrid.
It's the same thing with when you see with these iPhones and stuff, right? Or even the Mac laptops. You have to buy the configuration of RAM you want, because to make it, not even hot swappable, but like user replaceable.
Yeah.
It's more complex. Thus, it costs more money because they have to have the connectors there and it has to be user replaceable, right? Because if you just have to send it out to be done, it may as well just not have it. And that's the reason why, right? Like it costs too much. And if you want that, then get a PC because that's the device that does that.
I have a PC. I love my PC, but I use it for strategy games because strategy games, real RTS, like the real RTS, like Command and Conquer stuff, is pretty much dead on Xbox. So there's not too much of that kind of genre. So, and I play COD and Halo and all my other games on my Xbox because that's the best place. Because otherwise, you gotta spend over $2,000 if you want a 4K 60 frames. If you want to match an Xbox Series X 1-for-1 on a PC level, and that's not even buying the monitor. Let's say you just plug into a TV that's 4K. At the end of the day, you need to buy a powerful TV. So you need one that does 4K 120. Yeah. Then you need to buy all the parts. So you got the motherboard, the graphics card, the CPU, all that. So I personally would love it if they just brought out. They should have, if they're not going to do the handheld, they should do like a normal SKU. It's $500. That's for the generic people that want nothing to do with upgrading, and then offer a premium one, just like PCs.
Here's my theory.
Looking like they're going to do the handheld, and then the console will always be there. There'll always be a box. In fact, I think they literally said that. There'll always be a box.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
Yeah, they said there'll always be one. Yeah.
Yeah, the last reporting that I heard said that they're currently looking at like a premium console and then like a handheld that would have a dock similar to the Switch.
Right.
Which would be a great idea.
And like they said, console.
I think they'd be different SKUs.
Yeah, and if you notice, I think like devices like the ROG Ally, less the Steam Deck, more the ROG Ally, the difference being Windows, right? You can imagine that's the direction they're going, right? With a handheld,
it better not be full Windows. It better be a stripped down version. Just make it for gaming where you access Steam and shit.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Why not Xbox OS?
Yeah, that too. Just do an Xbox OS and put on Windows, but just get rid of Office and everything else.
It doesn't have Office until you put it on. But I understand what you're saying about Windows, indeed. But I don't know if they'll either make a mode or at least the thing about it is if they make some kind of custom version of Windows or some kind of interface, right? Like we've seen some tease videos that came out from internally at Microsoft where they had a presentation. I don't know to who, but basically it was some kind of interface to make for Windows, right? To make all that all that gaming stuff nice and simple like you have on the Steam Deck, right? But I can only imagine without it being very complex, because that would require completely changing Windows, probably going to be a mode that you can lock into, right? Where you exit everything, right? You exit Explorer and you launch this other thing that's under, Explorer is the thing that runs the taskbar and everything else, right?
Are you comparing it to big picture mode, like on Steam?
Like a big picture mode that will turn off all the Windows stuff. Right, that will turn off all the Windows stuff, all the Explore, the Windows so that you point and click on, and just pop on like a big, like the Xbox interface, right?
It'll run the dashboard. Yeah, right. just like how the cloud does.
Right, yeah. but then because they're not going to be able to resist the alert to also have actual Windows be there, and so there'll be an option, just like on the Steam Deck where you can switch into the Linux, right? So you'll switch right back into Windows to do regular Windows stuff because it's going to be PC hardware. Right, or anything that could run Windows, and they're just not going to leave that allure alone. I don't think. Right, I would like to say at least the mode. At least if we get the benefit, then it would be good to to be able to switch between. But we have to see because if we theorize too much, and then we come to find out we're completely different direction than what Microsoft is going with it, right? But Play Anywhere, like ever since I had my ROG Ally, right? Like I'm especially focused with Play Anywhere, right? Especially that's my preferred platform number one if I'm trying to buy a game, right? Particularly if it's not multiplayer. If it's multiplayer, I need that cross-play, and then I want the Play Anywhere. But Play Anywhere, so I can play it on a handheld type of device, or I can play on my Xbox, or I can play on my cloud. I don't have to buy it multiple times to get all of that, right? So, but a lot of the games aren't, and for those games that are in our accounts, because he's also talking about how soon we'll be able to cloud everything that's in our accounts, not just the certain ones that are cloud approved, right?
Right. The whole library.
Right.
The crazy part is, like, right now I'm doing the podcast on Microsoft Edge through my damn Xbox, which is nuts. That's what I'm saying. Just all you have to do is do what you said, make an OS for the Xbox version on the handheld, and all you have to do is put a little bar, kind of like, you know how you have the little Windows bar at the bottom when you start up your PC.
Yeah.
Have the little Windows bar for Windows, and then if you want to, you press it, and it switches it to a different desktop.
And it switches back.
Right.
But I'm curious on what y'all think about this chip, though. It's this chip that's got me bugging.
It's gonna be good, dude. Six Slayer will tell you. He knows.
Okay, so
I got my arsenal. I just want to see what y'all think about it. What's up, Other Zink?
I just want to say about the chip before these guys speak is that hey, what's up, Other Zink? Is the fact that AMD and Intel are doing this. What you got to notice is it's the 2-lane fight with NVIDIA and AMD, right? And NVIDIA isn't good enough to keep NVIDIA honest, right? AMD just isn't, right? So now you have the third player, Intel, who doesn't really mess too much with graphics. Nowadays they started, those ARC cards on PC that didn't do too well at first, but now they've been updating drivers and they're starting to get really good. That's what's in that MSI clause.
I want to read something. I want to read something to people. I want to read something to people because this stuff has got me like really tripping, man. This is some good stuff. This is coming from the Intel CEO. His name is Pete Gelsinger.
Yes,
and he's been with them since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
He said, it says Intel CEO made the comment during a recent interview with Tech Potato. And we can't help but to notice that Gelsinger was even less equivocal this time when he addressed precisely the same subject last year, right? So as we noted at the time, he stopped just short of saying he was betting the company on the 18A. That's the chip, y'all. 18A is this chip.
No, that's not the chip.
And they threw up a question. They threw up a question saying, betting the entire company?
Yeah.
He says, I don't know that I'll go that far, but he said this in November, right? But this is the biggest bet that we've ever made as a company because it also puts incredible stress on the financials of the company. Now, check this out. To recap the technical specifics, the 18A is the production process that qualifies as number 5 in Intel's accelerated roadmap, back to technological leadership. So this is about them going all the way back. What's up, Deployed? To where they used to be number 1 as far as leading in the chip tech world, right?
Yeah,
this guy has a vision to put Intel back at that point, right? Or at least close to it. So it says here that Intel 7, we already had an Alder Lake and Raptor Lake CPUs, and Intel 4 just made it out of the door at the end of last year with the Meteor Lake chips, right?
Right.
The 20A supposedly arrives late this year with the Arrow Lake CPU family, and then it's the 18A. Nodes turn to roll out in 225. Hint as to why the rumors of the next Xbox to come out in 2026, late 2026. Now watch this.
Going on? No. This is the important thing here right before you continue on at that point. You remember when we was talking about the PlayStations, right? And I kept saying about the die sizes, right? Like the smaller they are, the less heat they use, less power, less heat, blah, 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 right? So what you just mentioned, the things that you just mentioned, right? It's like, okay, I have an Alder Lake chip, right? That's the 12th gen, right? But that was the year before last. Last year was 13th gen, and this Meteor Lake is 14th, right? Okay, the nanometers, the smaller they get, the better it is, right? So the Alder Lake was 7, right? Okay, this Meteor Lake, I think it's 4, right? Now they're saying 2. They're saying 20, but it's really 2.0. The Xbox right now using what is equivalent to 7. Okay, the smaller the number, the better.
Yeah.
The 18A isn't 18, it's 1.8, right?
Yes, there you go.
used
Right,
to
you're
be-
speaking. You're educating. Yeah, you're exactly
it
right.
used to be
Yeah.
used to be Intel was in the lead, not only in the design of chips, but also the manufacturing, right?
Mhm.
Where there were 2 generations ahead of everybody in making it smaller and smaller and
Now
smaller.
y'all
right?
heard what Six said, right? 2 generations ahead.
And
Because what I'm about to read is going to
Yeah.
fulfill what you're saying.
Right. So what happened was they had lost that over time, right?
Yeah.
At the same time when Intel was not Intel, AMD was finally getting out of their funk in terms of CPUs with the Zen CPUs, right? At the same time, Intel was completely messing up in all aspects, right? So
Right.
not to say that AMD didn't put in work, because they did, particularly in their CPUs, right? And they're still very relevant now, right? But Intel wasn't. So what you just read, I remember I heard you say the words that you quoted from the dude. He said, this is going to put them back in relevancy and put them back in the lead. So it's not TSMC is the one who right now who's in the lead, who's making like the smallest chips for everybody, right? For Apple, for Nvidia, for AMD, for everybody, right? And like the smallest that they have right now, Apple usually gets that first because they'll pay the most, right? And then leave the crumbs for everybody else. Crumbs compared to what Apple is getting, right? So Intel now is coming in and they're working this out now where they're going to be back ahead in terms of manufacturing, but it won't just be their chips they manufacture. It'll be other people's chips, like this Xbox chips or whatever they're doing for Xbox. Because the thing about it is, it's just like when they were making the 360 before, right? They got AMD's technology, but they paid for the IP. So they don't need AMD to make it because they own it now. With the original Xbox, when it was Intel and Nvidia, they didn't have that. So it was just a regular, it was mostly a regular Intel chip and Nvidia chip that gets put in a box. It was mostly PC hardware. The 360 was different. So what he's about to read now, as he continues on, pay close attention. This is how Xbox is going to have the cutting edge in technology in terms of manufacturing a chip, in terms of it using the least power, thus the least heat, and thus you could run it harder to get more performance than anything else that's out there. No matter if you're using ARM, x86, with the Intel and AMD chips, or if you're using graphics, it's the leading manufacturing technology. Once you have that, you just have to have the best in breed in terms of your CPU and GPU because that's what a console needs. Nowadays, you're adding that MP with all that AI stuff. You have all of that. That's the best thing. So what Legal's about to read and continue on with, pay close attention because it's about to shoot into that part right there.
I appreciate it. And I know this is an early nerd show right now, but this stuff's got me going because I got a lot of candy. And I know Lou wants to speak. I know it. Look at him. I see it. And I love that energy, man. I already feel the energy. I can't wait to hear what y'all. This is a slow cook. We're cooking today. I got a lot of surprises. So you guys just go share, like the show. Tell your friends. If you ain't got friends, kick your feet back, grab some popcorn, y'all, because we about to do some. We're this stuff right here, what I'm about to read is some good stuff, but it's deeper than just chips, y'all. There's a big play going on with these chips for not just the technology aspect, but for the worldwide security of our country as well. But let me continue. But why is 18A rather than any other part landmarks along the way so important, right? Partly the answer is due to the advanced technology it promises. So it goes back to what Six said. This thing leaps up above everything, and it promises to deliver that. It's not up for rumors. It's not up for hopes. This thing is the real deal, right? It's saying that the 18A will offer backside power, just what Sick was talking about. Really simple terms. That means supplying power to a chip's transistors from below rather than above. So this thing, Lou, this chip has broken tradition. It's the information normally. Now, Sick, I understand this, right? Lou, you understand this, or anybody that's got PC understands this. Most of the time, the information, the CPU and the GPU, right? they talk to each other from a standpoint of sending things downward. So it's got to go through some metal sheets, real thin metal sheets that send that message straight down. It could be 4 layers, it could be 3 layers, it could be 5 layers. However, the creator,
I think it's called the substrate. I forget the name, but yeah, something
right?
like that.
But however the creator wants the chip to do, right? And that was, excuse me, y'all. That was even though it's moving fast, right? But it's taking time to do it. It's not just there. There's a lapse time, right, for that information. But because this thing has chips transistors from below rather than above, the damn information is damn near instant. Everything is right there where it should be. Now watch this. If you're wondering why that matters, Gil Singer explained it all last year, and it all comes down to the problems caused by feeding power, look, down through the multiple layers of wiring and interconnects that sit on where? On top, like I was saying, on the transistors in the modern chip. So information has to go through all of that stuff. This chip has put all this stuff up at the top. Where when it sits in, it's right there. It's not, it's imagine not having to go through all that. So by being right underneath that stuff, sitting right there, the information's hitting. Boom, 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 right? So when you look at a metal stack, right, and a modern process, leading edge technology might have 15 to 20 metal layers. Well, damn, excuse legal. I was really off. Forget 5 and 6, right? We're talking, they said 15 to 20 metals. Now, metal 1, metal 2, and then the transistors down there. So they're trying to get you to see how it is, right? So it's just an incredible skyscraper design, right? Well, the top level of metals is almost entirely used for power delivery. So up at the top, that's usually for the power delivery. So now that you have to take signals, like I was saying, and weave them through the lattice, and then you want big fat metals. And what do you want them? Why do you want them fat? So you can get good RC characteristics. You don't want what's this called? Inductance, where you're able to have low IR drop right across these big dies. There you go, Sig. The bottom line is that those power lines feeding down into the chip causes interference. The solution is backside power. And for Gil Singer, this is the hallelujah moment for the chip industry. Do you hear what he's saying? They have figured out how to put all that stuff at the bottom without having to go through these so-called metal layers. So now you're not struggling with a lot of overall topology, the die planning considerations, and you're going to get better metal characteristics because now I can make them really fat, really big, and right where I want them at the transistor. So this is really pretty powerful, he said. And here it is, y'all. The other reason why 18A is so important, and shout outs to my man, Others Inc. once again. My root gamer, it's always a pleasure. You notice you and Jago, I always got a big esteem for the root gamer. So Jago might be coming in later. If he's not, I still big him up. Others Inc. is here, and it makes us feel special, very special. So the other reason why 18A is so important to Intel is that it's the main target node for its ambitious plans to become, here it is, y'all. Here it is, Winter Soldier. We're not just, what I want people to understand is this isn't this generation. Hey, I was like everybody else, right? I thought AMD was going to bring it. They didn't bring it. All right. I'm just gonna keep it real, y'all. AMD didn't bring it. That's why Microsoft did not go back with them. Because we all know this, right? We are in our 4th year. And even Realist was wrong. Realist thought it was going to be 2023. So look at all of us. AMD let all of us down. We're in 2024, right? So when you look at this, you got to understand that this right here is a big deal because watch what I'm about to say. And Realist, you come in anytime you get ready, Femo. We appreciate you, man. If you can't, we understand. We got you. The other reason why the 18A is so important to Intel is that it's the main target node, right? For its ambitious plans to become the second biggest customer foundry in the world by 2030. TSMC, of course, if y'all don't know who that is the company over there in Taiwan. The little country over there where China wants to take it back over. They're the #1 chip maker. And their big customers are like Samsung and things like that. Their foundry customers are like Samsung. So you understand these are some bad boys, right? That's right, deployed. They were. So
that
Gil
was the
Singer,
one I said Apple is eating up all of their supply.
that's who they're eating up. TSMC. Correct. Gil Singer's plan is for Intel's Foundry Services, or IFS, is when you hear that, to take the second spot away from Samsung, and supposed attraction of its 18A node is a big part of the reason why Intel thinks it will be able to win customers away from the likes of TSMC and Samsung. For now, it's hard to judge. But check this out. This is it, and I'll let you elaborate on what you think, Lou. But I'll say something real quick before Lou starts when I finish this. I want everybody to understand that what this guy just did, he put this strenuous vision for Intel. What they were able to accomplish in 2 years normally takes these chip manufacturers 10 years to do. This is incredible. Now, real quick, going back to that handheld, this is my opinion, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Lou. My opinion, you guys, is that Microsoft is going to make one console next gen.
Mm-hmm.
One. We're not going to have two consoles. We're going to have one console. My prediction, it'll be on the low end of a high-end PC, right? Not the top-notch PC. I don't think it ever will be that, because consoles have to always
you think it'll be better than this console?
And be affordable, right? But if it can go down and become the lowest end of the high-end PC, it sits right, and then you have the handheld, which will be the reason why the handheld, this is Legal's opinion, is because what do Microsoft want to do? Their goal, even with the ABK deal, is what, Luke? Get into the mobile market. Mm-hmm. Now, remember what I just said? Because I got a banger that's going to come next with this after we're all talking. I'm going to surprise you guys. It will not be mobile, and it will not be PC for what the news I have coming up next. And even I was surprised. Go ahead, Luke.
Well, Pamela, I got a little bit of spice to throw out here because, hey, this last Wednesday, right, we have Wandering Dutch on the show. While Wandering Dutch was at Gamescom, he told me on the show that they asked him a lot of questions over handhelds. I mean, they had like a full questionnaire on handhelds. Like, what do you expect from a handheld? What would you like in a handheld? What would you love to see in a handheld? They asked him all sorts of questions about the damn handheld. That was basically the whole Gamescom asking questions about what would you love in a handheld. I mean, after we saw this deal, right? How they're investing $15 billion on Intel chips. Oh, we went nuts. We said, wait. I thought Xbox was dying. I mean, the streets were saying that it was dying. Some cowardly guys out there saying it was dying. But look, they're investing. They were investing a lot of money. It's 15 billion, not 15 million, not 10 million. No, 15 billion.
You're not investing 15 billion if you're trying to file for bankruptcy.
Exactly. Well, they're trying to fight for the future. I mean, with everything you read, Famo, if that happens in next gen, if that actually happens, 100% happens, this is going to be mind-blowing. The technology is going to be just, wow. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get this handheld. I'm telling you all, and I have a feeling, like you said, Famo, we're going to get a console. Price range, I don't know, because that's the thing, though. We don't know how much all this technology is going to cost now when next gen comes. And consoles are getting, not only consoles, right? You got mobile. You got all these handhelds that came out. I mean, look at all these handhelds. These handhelds, how much? What's the price? 500, 600, 700, 800, almost to $1,000 and something dollars. And people are buying them like crazy. This thing, that just you hold it in your hand.
Realist.
Lord. Oh, realist. Everybody's
in the building. What's up,
a
fam?
lot of people have been saying that Xbox has been going bankrupt, but hey, man, I keep saying, here's the thing, though, right?
Take your time, fam.
Like I said, 15 billion chips. They're working on these games. They're gonna deliver all this stuff out there. But like I said, if next gen they come up with all this stuff, oh my God, it's gonna be just real amazing. I mean, look at Sixlayer, what he said on how fast was it Resident Gamer on the whole dialogue thing is just gonna be boom, 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 everything without any lag, nothing. Everything is just gonna come out here fast. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm already mad with the whole SSD situation because hey, I'm gonna make a joke out of this. Back in the day when you used to load up, it was my time to take a break and go to the bathroom. Now I can't even go to the bathroom. Now I gotta pause. I gotta wait till it loads, pause the game, and go to the bathroom. I used to load this screen. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, take a pee, and come back. But man, it's just moving way too fast for me. It's crazy fast. It's crazy fast. And like you said, Famo, hands down, we're getting that handheld. We're gonna get that handheld. Got my fingers crossed. It's gonna be dockable. Fingers crossed. And man, I do hope they find a way to complete Bill Gates' dream back in the day. I call this Bill Gates' dream. That's how I see it, because Bill Gates wanted the Xbox to be integrated with Windows in any other way. Link it up. So
you're saying something. You're right. Listen, look, we're not here to lie, right? That's one thing. We're not here to lie. And we're not here to act like we know everything, right? But what we are here to do is to try to make some sense out of things. We're interested. So we may be right, what we're trying to assess with, but we may be wrong. But that's the beauty. We just want to make some assessments. We want to just talk about it. Because I'm going to tell you something, Luke. What TJ just said right here, no doubt, Bonte, no doubt. Take your time, Femo. What he just said right there, I agree with him. The price, I don't know. But I do agree with the 1440p 60, or hey, even 1440 120. That's the ROG Ally. Me and Sick and Realist, we know these things. That thing can do 120 hertz. So it's not. We don't have to listen. In 2024, Dron, we don't have to be scared, TJ, of 120 hertz. You can say that today. That's not that's not something that they're going to have a hard time reaching. All right.
No, they don't. Because COD and Halo play 4K 120 hertz right now as they sit.
That's correct. What do you think?
You got 120 hertz.
Facts. Yeah. The new Gears of War 6 multiplayer will be 120 hertz.
Right. It's because it's utilized by Microsoft. You got to look at it like this. Sorry for interrupting you, but also I'll just get off my mind real quick. So
go ahead, brother.
If you look at all the biggest blockbuster games, which people don't like that term because they say, well, that's not fair. Well, it is, because if you look at the smaller teams, they can't push it that far because they don't have the budget, because they're getting their ass kicked right now by their CEO saying, we need to push out, we need to get money. So they can't do that. I mean, obviously, you can look at PlayStation, look at Embracer Group right now, perfect examples. When you have a $3 trillion company behind you, yes, does it cost a lot of money to do this shit? Yeah. But at the end of the day, look at Halo. I can play 4K 120. Can Battlefield do that? Not really.
Right. And here's the thing, TJ.
Sluggish on that.
Here's the thing, Femo. Remember, Microsoft.
And this is a $500 console, by the way.
But you know what's the most important thing though, TJ, about this?
Microsoft is co-engineering it for that reason, for the price.
I know, and I love it.
Go ahead. Another thing I wanted to say that I hope that if this new technology comes out, it's going to be simpler and easier, and for the resources that some of the devs have, they can actually fully utilize it instead of how it is now. Because like I said, I haven't said this here before, but I've said this before, and we chatted about it, TJ. I talked to a bunch of people about this. That third-party devs, don't actually use the whole technology base inside an Xbox. Same thing with the PS5. because of the resource, the budget, and everything. Now, if this new technology comes out and it becomes way more easier for a dev to develop, way more easier for a dev to upscale, do whatever they got to do to put the game perfectly in there, I mean, damn, that would be perfect. Because these devs, either way, though, because of the resources they have, what I mean resources is money. All they can do is, okay, let me put this game in this much, and then don't you see, like, later on down the way, as soon as they get the money from sales and everything, later on down the way, they start patching it up and making the game look way better than how it is before. Yeah, it gets better. Yeah, that's because the money came in, and they can actually risk it and say, okay, let's put it in full, see how it works now. And that's the thing, though. I hope that this new technology actually helps the devs. If it does happen, because hey, we don't know if it's gonna happen next year. And if it does, amazing, awesome. I hope it does, because I got my fingers crossed it does. It should, yeah, it should.
It should with AI. It should definitely with AI.
Yeah.
What's the number one bottleneck that the developers have been running into ever since
RAM?
Fucking
RAM every damn time. I don't know why.
It's not RAM.
No,
it's not RAM. What is it? What is it?
It's the CPU.
Oh,
well, that too. It's both. Oh. Both are the fucking problem, man. I mean, look at the
RAM. I'm a big RAM too. You need beef. You know how they make Toy Story movies and stuff? That's like 200 gigs of RAM to get graphics like that in a Disney Pixie movie. Imagine get that over 200 gigs of RAM just for one little Toy Story movie. Imagine bringing those kind of lifelike quality CGI graphics onto the Xbox and the handheld. What they're gonna have to do. So that AI tech that they have with machine learning, it's like the next level thing coming out. Especially
don't let Smart 117 fool you like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Just like he knows what he's talking about. 117.
Yes, he does.
What would you recommend? What would you recommend then that they put in? How much gigabytes of RAM would you say is acceptable for the next gen console and the handheld? Because if these are going to be $700, let's say it's going to be $700. What would you recommend to? Let's say you're talking to the dev team right now, and you're like, "Look, if you want to make it worthwhile and make it last longer, what would you say? How much would you be willing to put in for the price of $700? Let's say for the console and for the handheld."
Real quick, I want to say this real quick, Spartan. Yep. TJ, it's not going to be very expensive.
I kind of want it expensive.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Too expensive.
Listen to what I'm saying, Femo. When Microsoft co-engineers something, it's for the simple fact for it to be not expensive. It's they're gonna utilize in-house, right, technology. So when they do that, if the chip becomes 50-50, it becomes 50 of Intel and it becomes 50 of Microsoft. So yeah, you're right about the chip being next level, and it's supposed to be expensive.
So what would you say the price is going to be then?
I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there for you. Because it's going to be co-engineered, right? The cost deficiency is on Microsoft's side. That's where Microsoft comes in, right? And as it starts putting those features in, and it starts co-engineering with Intel guys, right? The cost comes down, right? But what people got to understand is I was on the phone with Lou. Lou knows where I'm going with this stuff. I read it out to him. This is why we had to do this show, because Lou got so pumped when I was reading to him. I was like, Lou, you got to hear this. TJ, this is basically Intel giving their chip to Microsoft. You heard it here from the new leader. Because Microsoft became their biggest foundry company, they needed somebody to take this chip because this was the last hurrah. You hear me? This was Intel's last hurrah. Intel was walking the plank. Microsoft came in and saved the day. They gave them that $15 billion. Intel says, take the chip. And guess what they told them, TJ? Do whatever you want. You get full power of the chip. So now Microsoft, now Microsoft is going to get it, co-engineer it, and utilize it as they see fit. So now price becomes obsolete. So I know you want me to get that price. I'm going to sell it to you.
Yep.
Do not be surprised if this damn console stays right at $499. The reason being,
that'd be crazy, but cool.
That's gonna be insane. But here's why I'm gonna tell you. Right, that if it okay, I'll keep it real. Let's be real. I wouldn't put it no more than $100 more. But I don't think that would happen because having that console at $599 is not gonna attract. So I'm gonna say it's gonna stay at $499. It could possibly be $599, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice and say it stays at $499, right? For this simple fact, y'all, the chip is supposed to be done in 2025. Look at Lou's face. The chip, y'all, we're just begun 2024, y'all. Microsoft bought the $50 billion. So Microsoft is walking around with Intel now with that chip. They're like, yo. So they got first dibs drawn. So by the time this thing was supposed to be released for the public, guess what Microsoft has? Once again, Snooki, Microsoft Bounty, Microsoft ends up Others Inc. Microsoft ends up
Microsoft just got the model
customized, right, with a customized Intel chip that you can't find it where?
Anywhere else.
Don't forget that Xbox has machine learning. It's got
Amen.
Let me let one more thing. Just like Apple,
and also explain the PlayStation 5. Spartan.
Just like Apple, they got machine learning, they got AI in the chip, they got their small cores, they got their big cores, and then now you got HBM RAM right next to it. So it's going to be a very super powerful chip put out at a budget, and it's going to be really good and nice for us gamers coming up. The RAM, as long as they put HBM RAM, I'm happy. If anything else, you're gonna have to go out with 20 gigs of RAM and an extra set of RAM just to have the background OS task windows ready if when you want to go back to your window, not reserve the RAM that's already there for the GPU. They need to beef it up to 20 gigs of regular DDR5 RAM. If not, HBM RAM would do, like 16 to 18 gigs. That thing's gonna be a powerhouse.
HBM RAM is kind of expensive, but that's why they're doing that whole chiplet thing, right? Like
they have to now. It's chiplet. Why would you want to sit there and piss all your money on 16 different little chips?
No. But the HBM is very expensive, right? Because that's like the ultimate like answer to it, but it's also thus very expensive. Yeah. But like I'm saying, it's very expensive, and you guys are concerned about budget. That would kill the budget. So probably no. I'm just going to tell you from now. But also note. They have to sell a lot of these chips too.
Real quick, I want Spartan to explain the PS5 relevance as well. He forgot to do that, but go ahead, Sig.
Yeah, we're gonna get PS6, or is it gonna die? Like
right, because I want him to break that down and lead it up to why they already lost this thing.
Well, I don't know what Sony is doing, because if Microsoft has access to the top technology, the other advantage too they have. Remember which division is really running this handheld? The Surface division.
Windows. Okay? Yep. Windows Surface. Yep.
Right? So don't think this is only for Xboxes. This is also going to be on their new Surface PC, right? And it may not be an Intel CPU. It could be ARM, right? Because we've seen these new Snapdragons that are competing with these new Apple chips, right? And in some ways beating them, right? So they're very competitive, right? Like you'll see the same technology in these new Xbox devices, the same technology in your Surface. So it's once again seamless when you want to play a game on any of these devices, because they're all running the same stuff. They all speak the same language. On PlayStation, there is no ecosystem. There's no interoperability, right? Like none of that stuff really works together. Even the PlayStation Portal is just a portal to get to a PS5, like a remote terminal. It can't do nothing.
It's a POS.
What?
About that.
A portal what? Isn't that for porta potty games or something?
It's for sitting on your ass and watching porn.
Damn.
That seems to be thing is good for. So for PlayStation, they need something to integrate, and all they're doing is putting their stuff on PC. So hell, you'll be playing those games on this handheld as well, potentially. Like whatever. I'm not really concerned about what Sony is doing. Yeah, and Sony is signed up with AMD, but meanwhile, like AMD, remember AMD is is behind on everything except for CPUs. Their GPUs aren't as good as NVIDIA. They're better than Intel, but Intel is on the come up, on the fast come up. Watch Linus Tech Tips. He just put out a video putting together like a real budget PC, and that was the GPU he used. And you'll notice in that video, he talks about how Intel, when they came out these cards like a year ago, it wasn't so good, but the drivers and stuff get way, way, way better, way faster than anybody expected. And their next cards will be very competitive performance and feature-wise, right? So if their software is getting better, their manufacturing is getting better, and their designs are getting better in terms of their hardware, that all integrates. You're going to see that same stuff in the Xbox, same thing in the handheld, same thing in the Surface. What's PlayStation doing?
Good stuff, Sick. Real quick, y'all. Bounty in the building. Enough respect, everyone.
What up, Bounty?
Keep up the good work. Bomba clock.
Thank you, Bounty.
Yes, sir.
You gotta have Bounty on, dude. Bounty's a
We
cool
gotta
guy.
have him. Let's go. Let's
Bomba
go.
Club.
Let's do it right. Lou's not too far from him. Lou's not too far from him. That's right.
Oh yeah, he's right. He's right next to me,
right
like an
there.
hour away. Yeah, like an hour away on the plane.
Y'all are not.
Oh, I thought you were gonna knock down your wall, Louis.
Thanks, Bunty, for doing that and letting Go Gaming know that I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, Go, but don't worry about it, brother. We appreciate that. We appreciate the thought. And hey, we just here, brother. We here. We for the culture, man. We're for the culture. Xbox Insider. I got some juicy.
Here we go.
I love it. Let's go. Yo, Xbox Insider.
Juicy info.
I love it.
Tell
Hey, hold on, look, y'all. Send us that info, baby. Send us that juicy info, baby. Hey, but look, y'all, that's real stuff. Now, Spartan, let them there's Go. Look at Hey, listen.
I think Spartan, a lot of them are sorry.
5. Explain. Go Gaming in the building, real quick, y'all. Go Gaming. I do real PlayStation news. My Twitter is very
Oh yeah, good for you.
baby, let them know.
He does.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here
Get
we
out.
go. The reason why this generation PlayStation flopped is their hardware. It was just a overclocked PS4 Pro. You take the 36 compute units that they had, right? And it's just a refresh. Just a refresh.
Overclocked.
With 4 extra gigs of RAM, there was absolutely no quick resume, machine learning, AI, none of that. The only thing that they did, just hopped on a couple extra processor on the board to speed things up for the SSD and come back. That's the answer back to the velocity from Xbox. Now moving on to the next console. Yet currently on this console, they totally pulled the PS3. They shit the bed. That's where they are right now, and they're not admitting it. They're back to where the PS3 was, and Hitaki, Takashi, whatever the fuck his name is, good luck, bro. Jim set that theater on fire, and now they're just putting water. And you know that little dude that sets up a gas station on water, trying to use a little water bottle to douse it, but he can't? That's where PlayStation is. They're in shambles right now. They've absolutely have no idea how to create a console in order to overtake and overpower Xbox in any manner whatsoever, anyway. They are very behind with their servers. It's crippled. It can't hold more than 450,000. Y'all saw that on Helldivers. It cracked.
You know, my man actually works on this stuff. And I can say this now, Spartan, without you getting in trouble or anything. Spartan knew about the Microsoft ABK deal way before it was even announced. That's been his secret with me, because he actually was working on the servers in Canada. And he showed me the pics of the actual servers and the machines and all the wires and everything. So this guy already knew. And he hit when the merger, before the merger even happened, his previous company got bought out. They were already getting prepared for this buyout as well. He works for a new company under his old company. And man, everything you said is right. Everything you said is right. I appreciate all those pictures. I appreciate you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to show it. It was there. He told me just wait. He said it's going to go through because they're already doing it. They're already changing it. They're going to be changing this stuff around the world. The new technology advancements is already taking place, y'all. They're already getting this thing prepared. And let me tell y'all something right now. Going back to the TSMC, right? And Crazy Lou knows what I'm about to say when I say this. This thing is bigger than gaming. The governments, the United States government right now, is now have added Intel with Microsoft. Intel will be the United States leading chip maker, and Microsoft will be the leading security maker. When you put those together, we have two companies that will be now in charge of cyber security for our country. This is a race for cyber security. Now, we all know about China wanting Taiwan back, right? They want that back as their part of their land, as part of their country. We don't know if our military is going to go and fight for that piece of that island anymore, because now Intel has struck this deal. So what happens, and this is just me, if it happens, you heard it from the new legal. I don't know. Like we're saying, these are just observations. These are just things from what I've read. I've read this stuff to Lou. Okay, so if we don't go to war, right, and try to fight for that island, what I assume our government is going to do, TSMC as we know it will no longer be TSMC, because the best of the best are going to be moved over to America. They will be government workers. You know, that our government will take them, put them in housing, you know, giving them jobs, and probably put them in with Intel. And they will specialize with Intel. I don't know. I guess, you know, for the rest of the people, our government will probably try to help and aid, but I don't know. But as far as the chips, that's what I think is going to happen. As far as the scientists, you know, the ones that are actually working on the chips. As far as the rest of the people, I just think we're going to try to protect them in any way, shape, or form. But I want everybody to understand that they're using gaming. They're using the gaming industry to conduct this. This is beautiful, y'all, because gaming is what? The biggest platform in the world now. If you can get your chips in gaming, you can get all your chips out there. Intel has a beautiful plan. And what they did in 2 years, we on Xbox are going to see some incredible things. I just wanted to say that, Lou. Go ahead and take the mic.
Wait, what? What was it again?
I just want
that?
Whatever you wanted to say behind that, regardless of what subject it was, go ahead and take the mic. I just wanted to make sure they know that this is a big deal. It's not just Intel signing with Microsoft. This is bigger than that. They're using gaming to get these chips out. I want everybody to know that. This is what they're using.
Yep, that's what they're doing, man. I mean, here's the thing, though. Because we all know the ruckus that happened this past 3 months. We all saw the ruckus. We all saw what was happening. We all saw that supposedly they're going third party, supposedly it's Stein, supposedly is this and that. Listen, guys, they're really heavily invested into this. I mean, they closed the deal with ABK. They want to work mobile. They want to work a lot of stuff. Why the hell not invest in chips, especially for next gen? I mean, they want to do a lot of technological leaps. Now they got AI, like how Spartan said, on their side, which is insane. So imagine yourself with all this technology, AI and everything in there inside your console. I mean, if these chips go out, imagine yourself with this chip on your PC, with your PC. Imagine yourself playing on this console linked up with everything you have to do with your Windows. Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm hearing you all because listen, I'm not the biggest techie guy out there. I mean, yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Hearing you all, I learn. I like this sounds interesting, and I gotta go into deep dives and learn more.
Right. Go look up and research. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what you do, because I'm not really invested like all this heavy tech stuff.
Right.
But hey, listening to you all, it gets me all excited, especially since what Microsoft and especially what's rumored around, you know, everything's gonna link up or something. I don't know. It's just gonna be next gen. I know it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. And like I said, I hope after they do all these ships, I hope they do all this stuff, these devs can actually fully make their games as full inside the console as possible. Not like how we're receiving them right now with all these issues that they have to sit there, they got to patch things up and a whole yada yada stuff like that. No. I want them to get this thing as good as it gets and get their games right out there, man. Right out there 100% so we can all enjoy them without any issues at all. That's what I want to see. That would be perfect. Perfect world for me.
Are y'all ready for this one?
Ready.
We're moving on. So we got out of the geek side on Di-RRec Gaming, which, listen, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to all of you guys from Six Slayer breaking his. Wow. Yo. I mean, Yobi. Nah, fam. Oh, man. Bro. Yobi, man.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. My boy Hyperfame right under him, my man. But God dang, Yobi. Oh, man, you didn't have to, bro. You know it's all love here, bro. You don't have to, bro. We here for the culture, family.
What up,
I'm just humble.
So much.
That's my man Six Slayer's homie, man. Damn. That's my man Six Slayer's homie right here. The legendary Yobi, right, man. Yep. Wow, bro. It just goes to show you, man. When you listen to your public, Lou, it's not a better feeling, Sick. Once again, man, I just want to say, bro,
gratitude.
Once I want to say much respect to you guys, man. Everybody that's always been supportive of me, man. All you guys. That's why I won't change, bro. 10 toes down. Nope. Not changing here, bro. You're not gonna get lied to. We're not here for none of this. Yobi did that, but that ain't what we're here for. Yobi did that. He did that from his own heart. He just shut down Di-RRec Gaming tonight. Peace, love, legal. Peace, love, life. Legal. Keep up the great work. And when he says legal, he's talking to all of us, right? Even you, Yobi. Right? It's Echo. I just want to see you win. Damn, bro. We winning, bro. We all winning, bro.
Yep.
Like the rest of the good folks in the day.
Already been winning. Yep.
Yobi! What up, Yobi?
Keep it up, G.
Oh, Yobi.
Much
Thank you,
respect,
Yobi.
King. And one love, bro. Look, man, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I got my chance, and Game Serials is not here. But I got my chance because, Zink, you had Game Serials so pumped up last week. But I did get a chance to speak to my brother, Other Zink, for the first time. And let me tell y'all something, man. With him and Hebot, it just felt like, bro, I could literally do an interview with those two guys. Sit here and just listen to them talk. Never say a word. And just when they're done with the show, they're done with the show. I want to stress, I don't know how much I can stress the importance of understanding your root gamers, man. You know, appreciating them. Gaming has no age. And that's the beauty of gaming. It has no age. This stuff that we do, man, is so beautiful. This culture is so beautiful. What gets us is how we look across the waters and we see people losing their minds over gaming. It hurts when we see that. That don't make us happy. We don't even understand that. We can't comprehend that. There's many just like me that just say, you know, legal. I know I got a lot of donkeys. Y'all see it every day. Them donkeys don't look, man. Their job is to hate what we do, right? That's their job. So I don't ever take that serious. You know, if they don't like Xbox, so of course they're gonna come in and they're gonna talk crazy. Anybody that tries to big up Xbox, we get it. That's not strange, right? People making memes. That's not strange. Look, Hyper knows where I'm going. Sound Blow, what's up, baby? Yo, the international podcast family is getting bigger and bigger. Sour Blow in the building.
What up, Sour?
My man Hyper Fang, Me and him created the word double agents, and we put that video out. We did this years ago, didn't we, Hyperfang? Because we cared that much for this great Xbox community to know that everybody isn't who they say they are. We doing good, brother, because you here, fam. And we're not talking about people with multiple consoles. I know I bring up the word centaurs. Centaurs ain't directed to people that just have multiple consoles, because then I'd be talking to myself. What I'm talking about centaurs is, why are you bashing something that you bought? You're attacking something that you got. I got Lou right here. Pulled his PlayStation 5 on that camera about 2 to 3 times. He's pointing at her right now. About to get over there and grab the bitch right now.
I'm about to go grab her and go give her a kiss.
So antsy. But my point is, Lou is the perfect definition for what I'm about to say, Sick, and everybody out here. Lou has a PlayStation 5. So what? Right? I have a whole bunch of Nintendo. Realist has been to my house. I told y'all this story. Realist has came from Houston. He has spent time over in my neighborhoods for about 4 straight days. We kicked it. We met our families and everything. Beautiful time. Sotness, I see you, famo. He came into my house first thing, you know. I hear you think all of them are gonna have his Xboxes. Yeah, my kids will play the Xbox. When he went into the living room and he saw my little stage and he saw all these damn Nintendo consoles. What the hell? He's what? I'm like, shh, don't tell nobody. You know, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? And you see how Lou is laughing? Because that's exactly right, DJ. Because we know this is nothing but fun and games. We know it's not that serious.
At the end of the day, we all need to be respectful, right? Regardless if you're joking and you're, you have a laugh about it. Who cares? At the end of the day, I'm not gonna crawl through your TV and kick your ass.
Personal. So right, John TJ. We're not getting personal over video games.
Exactly.
Right? We're gonna make fun.
I don't like Sony, but I like PlayStation. They just canceled one of my favorite games.
Yes.
No, don't say that, TJ. No, not again. No. Cheers for me.
Oh yeah. No,
I wanted to sit better.
Look, and you know, TJ.
Hey, we got Vigilante. They own ABK. Remember?
And TJ, you know, to your point, right? I never liked PlayStation enough to buy it, but that doesn't mean I never played it and I never enjoyed its glory. I'm not stupid to not understand the fun of the glory,
not
right?
PlayStation.
No, you know what I'm saying? Twisted Metal, I can't tell you. I cannot tell people how much and how many times I played that game. And when I heard it, it even messed me up. Because my thing was, damn, you mean to tell me they were actually trying to bring that back? And then I even heard, y'all, they were even working overseas then.
Damn, you know what? Hey, listen, the reason why I left PlayStation was because I got tired of them not bringing back like old classics, and the reason why.
TJ, they know.
And I'm hoping Microsoft brings back Vigilante. They got Blur. Keep that in mind. They got both franchises under their belt now, thanks to ABK. They got Prototype too, and True Crime. So, I mean, if you want to blow up Game Pass, that's the perfect way to do it, man. Just saying. And you know what? I would have loved for PlayStation to bring out Twisted Metal. I would have loved to see them duke it out. PlayStation versus Xbox, Twisted Metal versus Vigilante. It would have been so damn cool to see who would actually be better. Damn. Yeah, I have that console, and that's the only PlayStation I own. All the other ones, in my opinion, are trash.
This is classic, baby. This is classic.
Do you know I have one of those?
Oh.
Yep.
And I was going to go look for it. I literally was. And I don't know where I put it. But I'm going to show it one day. I have that console, y'all. I told y'all, don't ever get it confused about legal. Look, I never bought one. But let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something right now. The fact that those games, you heard TJ, that's the problem right there. When I heard it, TJ, this is what came through my mind. Damn.
Dude, it sent chills down my damn spine. I'm like, you fucking canceled Twisted Metal.
Right.
Damn.
But this is what came through my mind when I heard that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. This is desperation at its highest level. You know how I know Drawn TJ ain't lying? Because I remember PlayStation fans talking about this type of stuff 10 years ago, 13
Yeah,
years
they
ago.
were.
This is a 13-year cry that they never listened. And to now try to do it, I'm telling y'all right now, with a straight face, it's not a fanboy thing. You know, this may not rub you the right way, but we're not here for that. Here's what we're for. We're here to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. If we're wrong, we're still right, because our intentions was never to lie to you. My thing is this: when I heard those two games were in the workings, Drawn TJ, I said, Sony is in trouble now with PlayStation. That was a desperation move, Drawn TJ. That isn't a
show did good. The show did good. So why in the fuck would you cancel the game?
Yes, because here's why I say what I say, Drawn TJ.
Yeah.
Lou?
What's up?
Everybody here. Sony is in a lawsuit for shafting.
Oh, yeah.
Right. They're not in a lawsuit because, you know, something went wrong.
They might need the money to pay the lawsuit. That's probably why they canceled it.
Listen, right. They're in a lawsuit right now, Rez, for shafting their player base. You can't make this up. Listen.
And analysts have said they have a very good chance of losing, too.
A very good chance. Let me tell you, that man O'Neal don't lose. You mess up when you go across the international waters over in Europe and you run into that man called Mr. O'Neal, Mr. Consumer Protector, you're coming out with an L. Let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all who he's significant to.
He the Johnny Cochran of Europe.
It's like seeing. I'm being serious, y'all.
I know.
Listen, I've done my research on him. Me and X Division did a show about this guy years back when Sony was. You know that this ain't a surprise to me and him. We laughed about this. Me and X Division laughed about this. We did a show called Investigation PlayStation, Sony and PlayStation. Y'all do realize that they got sued in Australia and they got sued in the European market before for one was for not giving refunds to Sony fans. The other one was for the same thing. Alex, I think his name is Alex O'Neal. I might be wrong, but Mr. O'Neal, he just got quiet. That's what you do. You don't, when you're going for a big lawsuit and the lawyer know he got you, it's like the police. If you're a drug dealer, right, and they see you nickel and diming, they're not gonna come bust you when you're nickel and diming. They're gonna wait till you build some keys up, you got some clientele, you operating. Because when they want to hit, they want to make a big hit. They want that thing to go national.
One big bust. Yep.
Exactly. So O'Neal is not one of these dudes you play around with. It's just like anybody that thought Microsoft wasn't going to win the ABK deal, and they got Brad Smith as their lawyer, one of the top lawyers of the world. Brad Smith don't catch L's.
Don't forget, Michael Patrick was told to be a joke, but look, he called it 1 for 1 each step. Usually he was fucking right on the ABK deal. He was right.
Something is real quick. Appreciate it, bro. First of the month, I'm sorry. First of the month, Bone Thugs hype. Have a buck. Appreciate you, boy. You already know. I'm going back to Yobi, man. I can't help it, y'all. Yobi,
it's okay. Oh, love you, Yobi. Good job, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's got to stay up. He shut it down.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
So that is the impact, right? So when you add 7.9 billion to all of this mess, Sony's not looking good out here. This isn't about this. This is just a matter of fact. This is something that PlayStation fans who oppose Xbox are going to have to accept this truth. Don't be surprised that sooner or later Microsoft is going to lose this situation. It's going to be a massive blow, and Sony's going to have to go mobile. They're going to have to go. Something's going to happen because they're not going to be able to fund. You're seeing it now. They're shutting down studios. They're not able to keep deals going. Oh yeah, bro. Look, Legendary Yobi, y'all, I gotta stop, man. This guy shut this place down. You've always shown love for the love of gaming. So I wanted to take it a step further. Thank you. Nah, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Yeah, you shut it down. Look.
No. Thank you, bro. Facts.
I will say this. This is becoming one of my. This is you. Okay, Legal. I'll tell you this, man. I've watched a lot of podcasts. I used to watch 50 podcasts every week. So you're easily my number one. Louis number two. Number three would be.
What? Oh man!
Sorry,
you know,
oh
man! Oh man!
Wow!
Oh man! Wow!
I like to hear that.
I got to, man. I got to.
I'm out.
I got to. Hey,
he broke my heart. He broke my heart. He just broke my heart.
Xbox International.
He broke my heart. You broke my heart right there.
Shout out to the Xbox International crew, man.
Louis, you want to know why I put Legal as number one? It's because I know you're always going to be on the damn show. Or you're that's why.
So don't come fixing it like that, you son of a. Don't fix it like that. Don't go around trying to fix it. No. Even Sam Blow said, oh, thanks. I see.
I love both of you guys. You guys have a great podcast.
I'm glad I met him, man. I'm glad I met him. We got some secrets that are going to be revealed today, y'all. There's been some things that have been told to me, like on the fly. So I'm really excited. We got some things that we're gonna. There's people that are doing things that have shocked me tonight, and so it's gonna be. We got some surprises. Resident. We got some surprises, man. Lou, we got some surprises, and I just want to say to everybody, thank you, man. We're trying to build. We want to build. We changing. Look, we got to change, y'all. It's been nice. Legal's been out here since. Look, Legal's been gaming 83, 4 years old, whatever. Putting in the work. I was a 4-year-old kid putting in that work, man. Went through them 80s, went through those 90s, and went through that 360 era. That 360 era, I mean, man, you had to have some leather skin, man. That was one of the best eras of my life, right? Shane G,
if
what's
not
up,
for the Red Ring of Death, it would have been their best console ever.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sour Blow, I see you, Famo. Legendary Yobi says this, new Legal Plus. It makes me happy to see other brother coming up and doing something positive, man. I respect it. Look, brother, we respect you, man. You know it's always been there. I'm humbled to have met Six Slayer because Six Slayer told me about you. And it made me cater over and appreciate you more. There's some very good people out here, great supporters. Yobi's one of them, and Drawn TJ's the other one.
Yep.
Look, man.
Did you guys hear the news? There's been some rumblings that we might finally see the next Gears at the Summer Showcase.
We need
fuck.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
We need
There you go.
Wait.
It's over. Sony's fucking fried now. They're fucking fried.
Oh, we're gonna see the masters of Unreal Engine.
Dreamcast guy is trying to cook, and he's cooking Sony right now.
He's cooking meth, actually.
Look, man,
so mean.
it's beautiful. Look, yo, I'm telling y'all right now, man, to get hyped. You don't have nothing to worry
hell yeah.
about. Play your video games. Stay hyped.
Man.
Keep cheered up, because I'm telling you right now, I think Microsoft is at its best position now
it's ever been, bro, right?
The biggest publishers, y'all. So if you're thinking with common sense, right, you know that it would never make sense for, once you become a big time publisher, to keep your video games just on your console. Now, I'm not saying every game is going. That's not what we're saying. I'm saying when you got Activision, which is basically the Western librarian of video games, right? So now you can start sending out games, testing the water, like Phil was saying, hey, let's see if we can make more money on other platforms, see if they like these games. Because a lot of these games, they already liked. They already like Crash Bandicoot. They already like the Spyros. Why we got it? So if it was already out there before we bought it, keep it out there. Nobody's bitching over Minecraft. We felt some kind of way with Sea of Thieves, but like we said on this show, it made sense. Sea of Thieves hit damn near 50 million players. PC and my Xbox has maxed out. Okay, if that was the one game they had to sacrifice, due to all the court cases and everything, I think Microsoft did a damn good job. And I think they selected their date traps games very well. Because Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush, oh my gosh.
You want to know how many PlayStation players have played Pentiment so far, according to Pure Trophies? 135.
135? That's a lot.
There you go.
That's a new record.
That's the record.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. People are playing it, it's giving it more breadth.
But here's I got a question though, because let's go beyond this because here's the thing. I'm not gonna think as a businessman. I ain't gonna think, as a gamer now. I'm not gonna think of businessman.
With it.
Do y'all think they go in third party like this is because later on, if they want to buy big publishers, then these regulars can not come around and they say, hey, look, we're everywhere, baby. We can buy whatever though, but we want.
Yeah, because all the problems they ran into with regulators, right? Is the fact that they didn't have it available on as many platforms, and so they're trying to plan ahead for that for next time they do an acquisition. That they can't say that anymore because they are releasing it on other platforms.
Exactly.
Yes, that makes sense.
They're going to buy Sega Take-Two. Watch.
This is how we got to think. This is how we got to think instead of saying, "Oh no, it's doom and gloom." No, we got to think beyond the box right there. Because listen, I'm talking to you guys as a businessman. Maybe this is a way.
They said they weren't done with acquisitions.
Exactly. Too. So when the next buy comes around, they can tell the regulators, "Hey guys, we're everywhere. We ain't got no problem." I mean, PlayStation got our games, Nintendo got our games, even what's it called? Wooya has got our games. Is it Wooya? I don't know what the hell that thing's called, but yeah, our games are everywhere. So y'all can't tell me anymore nothing like that.
They're also on the Vita too.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So, yeah. They are everywhere. There are different.
Get WB games and make a Superman game, please.
Get
no.
Get Take-Two and
no Superman game, man. I mean, Superman's got bad look.
I know.
Got bad look.
I really want one.
Yeah, get too, but damn. Get Sega and get Take-Two, and then be done.
But here's my issue, famo, right? And me and you talked about this on the phone because you today you kind of sounded like a little bit down and everything. And I told you, famo, the thing is, famo, these streets are out here. All of them are all complaining, are all fighting, are all this, all that. But they forget the number one thing, what these consoles are made for. And that is to game. We forgot what gaming is. Famo, you've been playing Brotato like crazy. You having fun, Brotato. You've been playing Brotato like crazy. I'm playing.
He said it was better than Vampire Survivors.
Oh,
I was like, wow, that's a big claim.
It's there. I'm telling you. Listen. When I went to my trip, my buddy Silent Cypher said, "Hey Lou, this game is on mobile." I said, "What?" I went over there, spent my $5, and I got Brotato on here, man. That was my game for the trip. Last year was Vampire Survivors. Now it was Brotato. Man, I'm in love with Brotato. I'm playing Dead Island 2. And that's what I'm doing. I'm playing these games. And let me tell you something. I got my PS5 here. I got my PS5 because for me, it's all about the games. It's not about the plastic box. It's all about the games. My preferred platform, of course, is Xbox because I love the ecosystem. That's where all my friends are, and that's where all my games are at. That's where there's at. Even though I got a bitch-ass PC right here, I'm still gaming on Xbox. That's my preferred console, no matter what. That's why I love the system. That's why I'm in love with everything it does. Everything. And they asked me the other day, why don't you turn the PS5 on them? I said, you know why? Because Xbox just keeps putting games for me to play. I just ain't got the time to go, I'm just one person with two hands just for one screen. I can't be like, go switch and all that up. Now, PlayStation puts a game out there, like, for example, like TJ said, that really broke my heart. It really, you guys don't understand how much it broke my heart to hear that Twisted Metal is not coming out. Oh my God. Same thing with factions, man. I was waiting for damn factions. I was waiting for factions because I heard from a couple friends of mine, they used to play factions back in the day. They told me that multiplayer was insane.
Yeah, the multiplayer in the first Last of Us was very innovative too. See, that's the thing. You notice all these things you're saying? You're talking about it from the point of view of a real gamer.
Yes.
Everybody heard about the Twisted Metal thing. It didn't matter if you were Xbox. PC, Nintendo, PlayStation, we all had the same reaction. Especially
everyone remembers.
Right.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, but that's not even the point I'm making. The point I'm making is everybody, no matter what platform that you claim to really rock with, right? If you know about the current situations with the game industry and stuff, right? Particularly with Sony, we all had the same reaction. Why the hell would they cancel that? We've been asking for it forever, and now you cancel it when you need something like that more than ever. Like, what the hell is Sony doing, right? And it's just like, we all thought that. It wasn't some, fanboy bias. It just doesn't make sense that they did this at all. Yep. And you know what? This is another in a line of things that Sony has been doing that just don't make no sense at all. I don't get it. Why would they do that? They just came off that show, right? Season 1 did real good, and so they're already doing season 2, right? And nobody really expected when we first heard they were doing a Twisted Metal show, but we saw the clip, I think, at the Game Awards, and we were like, this all kind of stupid. It turned out not to be so bad, right? And so, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. They continue to make stupid moves. It's like they're shooting themselves in the foot all the time now.
You know what's happening next, right, Silk? You're going to get an Uncharted remake, and then you're going to get an Horizon Zero Dawn remake.
And then they can't even do the
Lord.
They've been right in Sony's bag, man. A movie like Uncharted, that should have been right in Sony's bag, and they totally messed it up. I don't even understand.
Well,
there's been rumors of those two that are going to get remade. That's why I brought those out.
I gotta bring up something. So I originally was going to buy a PlayStation if they brought back 2 franchises, and well, now you just really blew the reason why I would even buy one now, because I've already started to hate Sony in general. But you already don't have good exclusives anymore because they're going bye-bye. All their big exclusives are going bye-bye. So when I heard there was Twisted Metal and then I heard it got canceled, I'm like, there's strike one. Now, they haven't announced whether or not they were making a SOCOM and whether or not they canceled that yet. So those were the 2 that were going to possibly get me to buy it when it was on sale. But now they can see my middle fingers right now, and they can suck it.
Here, let me ask you guys something. What would you think about this? This is going to blow your mind. 4 exclusives a generation. Imagine Sony shrinking down that much.
No.
And the fanboy,
because production costs are too much, so they would have to shrink to a very minimal amount of AAA, like those big $300 million projects. You know what I mean?
It's more cheap.
Is by Xbox giving them Indiana Jones, Blade. That's the only way that they can get those 500 million AAA budget.
I can see it happening, and here's how. Right?
Sorry for interrupting whoever was going to speak.
What I was going to say real quick is I could see the PlayStation fans capping for that, because literally Sony came out, and once again, here's something where fact is stranger than fiction, right? They literally came out and said they're not coming out with no AAAs for the whole year, and it's only us Xbox folks who talk about it. Like, PlayStation dudes don't care at all. They make nothing but excuses for it. So yeah, I could see 4 major franchises every generation out of them. One Uncharted or one whatever franchise they have. Horizon, whatever like that. One Gran Turismo. One. But I mean, they're already down to 1 Gran Turismo generation anyway. But if it was only 4 of those big ones per generation, the PlayStation fans would cap for it anyway. Would it work out for Sony? Oh, hell no. Because they need more software than that, right? But going back to the Twisted Metal thing before, like, we all know they're putting everything on PC, and they see the success with Helldivers. That was the worst time possible to announce that. Like, doubly stupid, bro. Like, even if you didn't get a piece PlayStation run, TJ, right? You would have had it on your PC, because everybody knows they're gonna start doing day and date on PC, bro. They will.
But now it's canceled though, so
I'm about ready to prom, y'all.
Yeah,
the clock is ticking. I got some news to drop. Y'all hurry it up. I got some news to drop.
You were gonna say something.
One last thing, Sick. Do you think they're doing the PS5 Pro to compensate for the PS5's power?
Oh Lord. Why you gotta say that?
I still think it's a pony fantasy, because if you notice the timetable when all of a sudden those rumors started, that was nothing but pure cope, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but once again, Observe how all the talking heads are talking the same crap like they did about, Xbox going third party. These dudes didn't learn a goddamn thing. They're all just referencing each other again with no proof, no nothing. The resource of this was they made it up just like the last one. So as far as I'm concerned, they're not doing a PS5 Pro until I see something like that. And right now, with all the stuff that dude has been saying about what they're gonna do in the future, he didn't mention no new hardware because that would have been the time to even allude to it, and he even allude to it. So no, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even believe it's a thing that's happening.
I got a kaboom moment, y'all, and this is strictly for guys like me, man.
Go for it.
All the hype, y'all, all the good news and all the future talks that we've been talking about. And remember, when I tell people, and this is for sick too, because when I talk about change, I really meant that, right? There's something that's been brewing, and this news is going to distinguish us from liars. I'll say this one more time. This news that I'm about to drop is going to distinguish us from liars. This one's for you, Yobi. This one's for you. This makes this show for you, Yobi, worth your while. But it's really, really, really worth my while. As a kid, I grew up in the arcades. Consoles to me were the biggest mind-blowing thing that I could imagine, because I could literally get my favorite game that I would have to ask my mom, dad for a quarter, be stealing out of the purses, finding them on the streets. Because at a time, I played when 2 dimes and a nickel got you gameplay. It wasn't a quarter. You could find 2 dimes and a nickel. You had it. All I had to do was add up to 25 cents. No pennies, no copper, but 2 dimes and a nickel got you in, right? All my life, man. I've seen it. Some of us here seen it. We've seen the beautiful side of what consoles were able to do for the industry. And then we saw PC come. And PC took making bigger games and 3D effects to the next level. And then we saw PlayStation. When nobody thought a console could do it, PlayStation came. And Crash Bandicoot was crashing the waves for consoles once again. And then PC comes again. And they do their thing again. And PC takes the crown. And then we never thought we would ever see a great shooters come to consoles. And then Halo came. And consoles came back. And then we back to PCs. And PCs got the ray tracing. And PCs got the performances.
It's that back and
forth. The graphic cards and the chips, right? And we learned that throughout the years, mobile came. And mobile just took over everybody. It just smashed the PC and console down. And it took that pie and has never been undefeated again, right? If you are a console gamer like me tonight, boy, do I have some great news for you. And this comes at the time. I did this on purpose, Sid. I did this on purpose, Lou. Rez, TJ, Spartan, chat. I did this on purpose. Consoles versus PC, not in the way you think. Shout out to Stoneblade. Which platform is doing better is what the versus is. To my surprise, people, so far, console gaming has experienced an outstanding year and should soon become the largest games market sector after mobile, with an impressive growth rate of 7.4% from the years of 2022 to 2023. Consoles have far outpaced both mobile and PC gaming. When you add PC gaming to console gaming, they become the market leaders in gaming. The mobile industry is $92.6 billion alone. Mobile still stands alone as the mighty king. Console gaming now is $56.1 billion by itself. PC browser is 1.9, but PC games is 37.1. So when you add those two aspects, PC is roughly 39 billion. Look how far console gaming has emerged, and what the reports are saying is that by 2030, console gaming will take the crown again. Do you see where console gaming is going now that I read this? Why the reason I started out with that chip? Because what's happening, people? Moore's law is ending, like I tried to predict sick to them 3 years ago. I tried to put this news out here, Lou, by myself. The best I could. I'm like you, Lou.
For a while too.
That's right. Lou, I'm like you. I'm not the tech savvy guy, but I'll read. And I read this out to the masses. And now look, the day has come. The day, who would have thought that console gaming would take the crown again? Look at the liars. The point that I'm saying, sick, is listen to the liars that said console gaming was going to PC in the future. The new legal is here to laugh at you. To the naysayers, yup, TJ. To the naysayers, look how everybody's shocked.
It's funny how you say that.
Look,
the naysayers, get it?
Yeah, the naysayers, sick. To everybody that thought Microsoft, right? Oh, look, to those, I'm running the PC. You're not going to be on the leading platform. Listen.
That's totally true, legal, because
it's true.
Perfect
you
example.
Look it up. Go look it up right now.
I got two PCs that are over $1,000 in my house. But do you see me playing on them primarily? No, besides RTS. Otherwise, I'm playing everything else on my damn Xbox. So at the end of the day, sure, PC, you can upgrade your games. Cool. You can make them look better and you can play better. You can have mods. But at the end of the day, people want to play on a big ass TV with great graphics, sit in their bed or sit on a couch or sit in a lazy boy and relax and play with their friends.
See, sick, I knew they were going to get started.
Yeah.
No, you're right. No, look, I got a guy in here. My brother's sick. Uses his PC to play Xbox games.
I'm playing Starfield right now while we talk to you. That's why you notice I'm muting all the time.
Yeah, he plays my man gets his Game Pass monthly religiously. Never pays for Game Pass. Never
pay a dime. I just do the rewards, bro. I was doing it right before the show.
Sick. How's the update on Starfield on where you're playing right now?
Oh, he's already on PC. I don't even want to hear him no more.
Well, the update you talking about that they just announced like yesterday or this morning,
Yeah. I don't want to hear from him. He's bragging. Listen.
No. That's not even out yet.
My bad.
He's got 60 frames. Don't talk to the bougie guy.
No, I get 120. I get 120 actually.
Okay, 120, 60 install.
So wait a minute.
What is this? A dick measuring contest? What is this?
Hey man, I'm not the one who brought this up in the first place.
Wait a minute. So you know what?
And to be honest, people,
so you were one of them that went out there and complained about 120 frames per second on Pentiment. Did you wear your Apple Prohibitions to see that?
Oh yeah, exactly. Right.
Let me talk about that.
You bought Apple Prohibitions to see 120?
That's right.
Oh my god!
Shout out. Same thing happened.
Yo, even my man Dark Paladin, I see you, man. You wildin', fam. Look at.
Yo, remember the same thing happened with Titanfall 2?
I see you, boy. I see you, boy.
Now you're bringing us back, man.
Internally, it could upscale.
I'm gonna get rid of you, Dark. Do your thing. Mess with me, man. I got you.
and they said it could upscale to 6K, which it could, but you know when it first came out,
So what?
there was some kind of bug.
Does that exist? 6K exist?
Yes. Listen to me.
Okay. Oh Lord.
With Titanfall 2. If you don't believe me, go look it up.
I believe you. I believe you.
Well,
I
hey,
believe
you know what? I believe him.
Real quick, let me get my Dustin glasses on and see 120 FPS. There you go. There you go. I got my I got mine on now. Yeah. Now I see 120 right now. Yeah.
Okay, the developer was like, "Yo, on the Xbox One X, internally it can upscale as high as 6K, right? But it will only ever output, 4K, right? But they can upscale and then bring it down. There'll be no jaggies, right? When it first came out, there was a bug in the game, so it would even do 60 properly, right? It would be all messed up, right? But it was the developer who said it wasn't Microsoft or nothing. And this was an EA game, Titanfall 2, that was multi-plat, right? Day one, right? So, and there was a bug in it, and so it didn't even do 60 properly. And so, of course, all the ponies, you know what they did. Ha ha ha, just like with Pentiment, right? And then a day or two later, like a week later, they patched it, and the game has been 4K 120, 4K 60 back then on the system, right? Locked on the 1X. On the Series X, it's locked 120, because even the 1X at some points could run at 6K. It's the same with Pentiment. Everybody knows it's a bug. You don't even need 60 frames on that game. It's a text adventure. They don't even have voices. You got to read it yourself. The Switch could have run that at 30 frames, and you're not even going to notice it.
To your point, Six.
There's no motion.
To your point, Six Slayer, the console, if you look at your Xbox Series X when you bought it, I don't know if anybody knows this, but when you look at the cover of it, it literally says in tiny ass small font down at the very bottom, it says it could do 4K 120 and it says it can do 8K 30 also.
It could do
that
8K.
That was 60. Misleading.
The HDMI I know. On the Xbox could do it if there's software update, but not so on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's crazy. But they
I know.
Which was something that's an obvious bug.
So the question is it coming down to Xbox or is it coming down to the devs? Sounds like the devs are just making the games and letting the headroom run the system.
Yeah, remember what I said earlier, TJ? It's called resources. I mean, I'm telling you, for them to get into a game to 8K, they gotta have a shitload of money to get that damn game 8K.
I know. Hey, look.
So it's the same thing. I mean, a shitload of fucking.
No. The way you did what you did with the hat.
Resources. That's the resources. There's where they need it right there. Listen.
I've been to Best Buy and I looked at an 8K Samsung and 4K LG OLED, and the businessman was trying to sell my grandfather an 8K TV, and I said, okay, why don't we put on the same demo? We put on the same demo, and I said, tell me why this is reasonable for $5,000 versus $2,000 LG OLED. I know. And you know what? Oh, I laughed so fucking hard because I'm a gamer, and I said that 8K Samsung is nothing but bullshit. I'm like, that's not 8K, and you know what? If it is, I can't tell the fucking difference. So I'm getting my grandpa the LG OLED 4K. So I got that. I got him that one.
You can't tell. You
can't tell with the naked eye. You can't.
Yeah, 8K is way too young right now for.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's almost no content.
It's not as way too young
on YouTube.
They're at a 65-inch with a big room and sit far back just to see a little bit of a difference.
Let me give you all. Let me give you all an example. This is the simplest example out there. This is just so simple. We all know how fast the SSD of the PS5 works, right? We have seen it, right? How fast it loads its games, right? Yeah. Right? Look how fast it loads those their own games. It loads so fast, man. And seriously, it's like that. But when you sit down and you look at third-party games, right? You sit down and you look at third-party games. Sometimes on the Series X, they load much faster than the PlayStation 5 SSD, right? Guess why is that? Because of resources, bro. If those devs sat down and had the resources, they could actually grab the whole technology of the whole damn console and say, okay, let's put this game onto the max. Let's give it all we can. Let's use the power of SSD. Let's use the power of the system, and let's fully blow this game in here. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point with these devs. I remember before I remember before the gen started, there was an article, and this article didn't get out there that much, and I wasn't into podcast yet with Sal Blow. Yeah, I know he's still in there, brother. Sal Blow, remember, TJ said we were second. It's okay, but
I love you both, man.
But like I was saying, this article came out, and these third-party devs came out talking, and they were talking about saying that they were not going to fully use this technology inside these consoles because of the money. They need, in order for fully use this technology, they need to have the money. So while the gen keeps on going, right? Probably not this year, probably next year, probably in 2026, we're going to see all these games go full blown up in there and see more on how good they look. Because when we sit down and we see how Xbox games look, we're like, damn. And we see over here on PlayStation games look, we're like, damn. But yet these devs, third-party devs, do not use this whole technology that they're supposed to. And this is where the cost comes. I mean, look, if you take away the Spider-Man cost, right? They say 100 million for the license to build Spider-Man. I don't know how much it costs. But yet the game originally cost 200 million. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. I mean, you got to sell copies in order to compensate those 200 million you use to make that game. You got to sell a lot of those games. Not only that, you got to sell so you can to pay for the devs. You got to sell for it to pay a whole bunch of stuff. And that's how it is. Partly the game probably costs 200 million, but then you have the shipping and handling, then you have the CDs, then you have the physical. I don't know how many copies they made on these CDs, but they got to pay for that. So let's say, like we saw, Sony needed to sell 7.2 in order to start making profit. 7.2 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of players to buy those games. It's a lot. And that's why you get them bundled, so you can get that money up. But that's a whole other situation. But yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta sell 7.2 million for them to make budget. That's crazy. Imagine these third-party devs, right? They make this game same cost 300 million. Oh, damn. How much do they have to sell and start making profit? Probably 5 or 6 million.
Hey, Crazy Louie, remember that one zombie game on PlayStation with the motorcycle guy? I forget the name, but at first when it came out, it had some performance issues with frame rate.
Days Gone. Days Gone. Oh, Days Gone. Yeah. Oh man, don't tell me. That's another heartbroken for me, man. That broke my heart. I was waiting for part 2. It was gonna be co-op, man.
Right. Oh. That's a perfect example of exactly what you're talking about. Because it didn't sell enough copies at the point when they made the decision, which it went on to make that amount later on, not too long afterwards. So like imagine it was March and they said, oh, we're not going to make the sequel because it didn't make the numbers that we need. We needed to make, let's say, 6 million to be enough to make a sequel. Like a month later, it did make the 6, and then I think one of the developers came out and said, oh, it's not happening or whatever. And he was complaining about it. It's because they don't give these. This is another example of what you were just saying, Crazy Louie. That's a textbook example of that. Like these games have to make so much money up front, right? And sell so many copies. Even if they have plans for DLC, even if it's going to be a game that's going to be a games as a service. If they don't see that money up front, they just drop it wholesale. They don't give any time to grow or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And man, listen up. Since we're on the PlayStation topic, famo, we should start moving up to the PlayStation Disaster Week. Oh my God, how many disasters! Oh Lord, man, how many disasters have been going on over there, man?
Let's go.
How many disasters, man? I mean, listen, we're not happy with the layoffs because we don't, it happens. We know those people are gonna. I hope to God they can find jobs. I hope, because it's hard. It's hard right now, especially how the world is coming up and how things are going right now around the world. I mean, it's bad. The layoffs are really bad. We're seeing it going all across the whole gaming industry. But damn, I mean, listen up. I gotta bring this up. I remember it was probably. I think it was January, right? Yeah, or it was mid-February when we're seeing a little bit of we're seeing, Hiroki Toki come out, going third party. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. He's going third party, which is good news because, again, I don't want PlayStation to die because people are like, what the hell with this? Listen, if PlayStation dies, we're going to be in trouble because all these companies are going to come up and they're going to raise a lot of prices.
Need competition.
We need competition. That's the truth. We need competition. So we see that all of a sudden we see the best news out there because that's the news they always have. They go out there and say, we have sold. And what a better time to say it because, damn, I was happy that those numbers came out because all they do is talk about numbers. They said, we sold 50 million consoles. I'm like, oh, yay. We're back with the numbers. But then all of a sudden we see 10 billion loss. What happened here? What happened? Spider-Man 2 sold 10 million. 10 billion loss. If I said, wait a minute, what's going on? But wait, Sony, didn't you say you sold 50 million consoles? Didn't you say you guys sold 10 million copies of Spider-Man? What's going on? What's going on, PlayStation? What's happening? What's happening over here, guys? What's happening?
Where's all the money?
Where's all the money? And now 10 billion loss? What's going on, fam? What's going on? I mean, seriously, what's going on? And you know what? And here's the thing, though. They still don't realize what's happening over here. They still don't realize it. When Hiroki Totoga came out and said, hey, we're going third party, I was like, it was about damn time. Because listen, those things with PC, that strategy you guys had, it don't work because here's the thing about you guys. You guys come up with the game. You guys get it happy. You try to get people to come buy your console, right? They're trying to buy your console, but hey, how much are you making on that console? That's number one. How much you're making? Isn't it better for you to go out there and sell the software? Because on the software, you make more chelitos, right? You make more money, more of this, and this is what you want, right? I mean, why don't y'all put in it day one on PC?
Yep.
Why y'all trying to just leave it here and let's give it 2 years and then release it out there? I mean, don't do that because at the end of the day, when you guys do that, the hype for that game is dead right there. Right then and there is dead. 2 years later, when people see this, oh, okay, let me go play it. I'm just gonna wait for this kind on Steam.
That's what happened to God of War on PC. It didn't sell. They waited too long.
They waited too long, and that's what happens. So you got to release the same day, so people can say, "Oh man, let me get this game." That's where the money is. PlayStation took you this long to realize this. This long when you started releasing on PC, you still didn't realize why Microsoft was always making profit with all this stuff. Why was it making profit? What not profit, revenue? I mean, what was it making revenue? Was it Microsoft making money? Why were they making money? Because they were putting their games PC day one, not only on Game Pass, also on Steam. People went out there and bought it. Some people bought it on Xbox. If they didn't want to use Game Pass, that's where they were making the money. I mean, seriously, Sony, what's up with you? I mean, y'all need to change strategy, yo. And like I said, y'all need to change strategy. Y'all need to do something. Because seriously, that $10 billion loss, I mean, if it was Microsoft, all they got to do is fart and it's back. That's all they got to do. All they got to do is lift that leg and let one rip. 10 billion is back. That's all they got to do. But with you, Sony, you got to sweat it to get those 10 billion back. You got to sweat it, top notch to sweat it. Oh, we saw Helldivers being successful. We saw such great stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like how I said, you think sales matter now? I look at those numbers. I'm like, they don't matter to me because I'm not seeing anything. Part of the investor,
no revenue.
I mean, they're not giving me what I need right now, and that's how an investor thinks. Investor sits down and think, okay, you guys sold 50 million consoles. How much money we made? How much money is here? I mean, why don't we do something over here? Why don't we expand the software out there so we can make more money? And that's how it is, man. I mean, seriously, Sony did not actually think this strategy. Well, Microsoft has been doing it. Now Microsoft wants to go mobile. Now Sony wants to go mobile. Microsoft wants to reach millions of players. Now Sony wants to reach millions of players. Because here's the thing, though. Engagement matters. Engagement matters. Because if you don't get that player engagement, all you have are those damn numbers. Because listen, all these PlayStation fanboys go out there all proud and march, you know, like, and they sound the trumpet, like saying, okay, we won. We sold 10 million copies. I got a question. How many of those 10 million copies, how many of those are players? I mean, how many of those have played the game? So because I bet you some of them
were in bundles.
Exactly. How many of those are console bundles? I asked that question before. How many of those out of that 10 million copies, how many are those console bundles? Because the only way you can understand that is by going to PS5 and see who actually completed the game. And you sit down, you take that percentage and say, okay, this is how much the percentage of players actually played this damn game. out of 10 million copies sold.
You gotta remember, Louis, also, not just that, but at the end of the day, I bet the board members are looking at it and saying, well, you know, freaking Marvel and Disney take a percentage of that amount of money they make off of it. So at the end of the day, they're breaking. They're not even breaking even. They're probably making 120 million out of 300 million they spent.
So
you got
right now they're breaking even because they said it after 7.2 million copies we sold, we started to make profit. So now they're making profit.
Yeah.
So they already said, here you go, Marvel. Here you go, devs. Here you go, everything. Now start to make profit, right? Now they're starting to make profit out of all this. Yet they're still paying Marvel whatever comes in. That's the truth. They got to pay them the extra part.
Yeah, royalties.
Yeah, they got to pay them the royalties. But at the end of the day, if they would have come up with a strategy, Family has been saying it for years. I know Family been saying it for years. I've been saying it for years too. My tongue hurts that I quit arguing with all these fans, right? I keep telling them Sony needs to put those games day and date on PC. Sony needs to do something because, listen, these numbers just don't add up for me. They don't.
You're a business owner, Louis. Explain it. You're a business owner, man.
Oh, I know. I'm a business owner because
better than any of us.
Oh
shit!
It's just simple. It's just simple mathematics, man. If you got a product out there, you got to sit there and you got to see how well it sells. Like, for example, I remember when I was throwing in my face because I remember I asked this question the other day on the show. I asked a simple question. I said, what if the exclusives are not as important as they say they are? As media says they are, now as these fanboys say they are. Because there's a lot of fanboys who are stuck to it's tied up to like pushing this exclusive idea. But the question is, do they actually buy it full price? They don't. They wait for discount.
We know
this. We know this. We know this. We know this.
We have receipts, and now we have receipts. So now
we have exactly. We know this. How do we know this? Because I'll give you an example. We've all played Last of Us. All of us have played Last of Us. Do I love Last of Us? Yes, I do. Do I think it's a game that should sell not 20 million? I think that game should sell only itself should sell 30 million copies right on the spot, or in 2 months, 3 months tops. That's a game that I'm telling you, because the quality of that game is beautiful. It's a beautiful, gorgeous game. It's beautiful.
It should for all the talk people give to it, but
exactly. Spider-Man 2. Let me give you an example. Another one for Spider-Man 2. Let me finish up with Last of Us. Last of Us, till the other day, was in 20 million. 20 million copies. And this is a game that came out in 2012, 2013. It got a remaster for PS4. And around 2019, close to that, I think it sold like 20 million copies. Only 20.
That's terrible.
20. That's terrible.
You said terrible. 2013, right?
That was 2013. They got a remastered in, I think, 2014, 2015, and it only sold 20 million copies.
That's 10 years.
Million copies. Now I'm talking about. I'm again 2020. Well, it was getting close to 2020. Now it probably sold a little bit more, but I'm telling you something that I saw with my own eyes. It was close to 19, 20 million copies. Same thing with Spider-Man. Spider-Man 1, example. We have all played Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man. I loved it. I love the story. It was amazing. I loved it.
Sugar cubes.
When Spider-Man 2 came out, right? I looked for the numbers the other day. I saw that Spider-Man was in 33 or 36 million copies sold. Spider-Man 2 comes out. This is a sequel of this game that supposedly it's actual fact. There's actually 36 million copies, between 33 and 36 million copies sold out there. So this is a must-play game, right? Part 2 comes out. First month, how much it sold? 5 million. It took them 3 to reach 10. 3 to reach 10. I mean, fans, you all have been throwing this at my face year after year after year, telling me exclusives do matter. They're what make console sales, blah, blah, blah. Bro, when the leak came out, what did we see? What were the 3 games that people played on PlayStation? There's 3. You had Call of Duty. I think the other one was Minecraft. I don't know. It could be GTA or Minecraft.
It's Minecraft.
And the last one is Fortnite. So out of all those great exclusives y'all talk about, the greatest of them all, 2 free-to-play games, and when you had to purchase, come on, dude.
All 3 are on other systems. You don't need a
PlayStation. 3, exactly. You don't need a PlayStation.
Yep. You can play them on your damn phone.
So
only thing you talk about exclusives, system, things that make you get the system because they're only there. But that's not what you play at all. You play everywhere else.
But don't call me out. I mean, I'm with the whole exclusive idea. I know it's important, right? It's really important. But the whole fan thing, right, is what it gets to me. Like, did you actually buy it? Look at everybody that were complaining about what's it called? Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Okay. How well it did in sales? How well? I mean, we had 3 million players playing it. Not bad. That was actually one of the latest numbers. I think it was 3 million players. It went to PS5 and it actually sold a bit. I think it sold way better. And I don't know if that news is out there, but I heard that it's actually selling really well within PS5. So Microsoft is getting that money that was spent, the resources that was spent to make that game out there. And this is what people need to understand, right? At the end of the day, this is a business. This is a business. Even though we're gamers, we love it. But people tend to forget that this is an entertainment system. It's nothing else. It's not a culture. This is not Pope. This is not church. Nothing like that. This is just an entertainment system. Hear my words, entertainment system. Remember how Nintendo was called? It was called an entertainment system. This is for your entertainment, guys. This is for entertainment, guys. That's what you got to do. You got to sit down and game. And that's something that people tend to forget is game. And this is why I said this before. Engagement is important. How do you get engagement? By reaching and furthering and not being so closed as you guys were. This is why they're starting to put their games out there because they want that player engagement. That's why. That's why. I mean, Jesus. Like I said, Spider-Man 2 came out. I was expecting Spider-Man 2 to have 15 million sales because if it's got 36 million players out there, I was expecting 50 million sales by now. But it only got to 10.
Yeah.
It got to 10.
It's bad.
It only got to 10. And that's what I'm telling you. Do they buy it? No, they wait discounts. They wait for this. They wait for that. What the heck? Starfield did awesome because Starfield gave you the option of purchasing a $40 thing for you to play the game. That's actually really good. I mentioned this before. I remember that I mentioned this on the show that I really appreciate that Microsoft does this. Why do I appreciate it? Because
Forza 2. Yeah.
What? What's up?
Yeah, they did it with Forza 2. I remember they did it with Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
And now they did it with this Forza. Or you pay $40, you get the DLC and other things, and you get to play the game a week early.
Exactly. You have to pay the full $70. You're saving $30.
No, you pay 30. You pay 30 for I paid
30 or 40?
Yeah. So I paid 30. I paid 30 for Forza Horizon 5. I paid $30 because the base game was in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was 130.
Yeah.
Is it 30? So it's $30, right? I thought it was 40. My bad. I thought it was 40. My bad.
For the premium.
For the premium, yeah. I don't remember. So 40, 30, I don't know. But it's still, at the end of the day, you're saving money. And while you're paying the service,
exactly,
I'm saving money. Guys.
Do you want to spend $130 or do you want to spend only $30? Let me ask you that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you don't have to spend anything at all because you get the game on Game Pass.
But you pay for that. Don't forget, you pay for that membership too. But even though you add them all up, you're still saving money.
That's $40 in 1 month. Either way, that's still fucking cheap.
Right.
That's good.
Exactly. And Crazy Louie, don't forget what you were talking about earlier. How it's like you said, they put Hi-Fi Rush on PlayStation, right? And the money get from the sales. It's just like what Phil Spencer said in court, right? It's the same tactic that PlayStation was doing to Xbox, right? They're paying for all these exclusivities, right? With Call of Duty and stuff like that, right? And then they're taking that money and they're using it to make their games, right? And then they're using that money to spend for more exclusivities. It's like a cycle, right? To keep Xbox out. Now Xbox is doing the same thing with these games. Because remember, Ori 1 and 2 came to the Switch. Cuphead
But
came to the Switch.
Microsoft
And I
is
think
buying the
PlayStation-
companies instead of renting them like PlayStation
Right,
does. There's a
right.
huge difference. Big
But-
bank take little bank.
Right. But the point I'm making is, like, people were getting all upset about a couple of games from Xbox going to PlayStation. When
who
we've been
cares?
doing this,
Bro, listen, Sick. Listen, Sick. Listen, Sick.
It helps to keep these games on Game Pass and to develop other games to keep us ahead anyway. So why do we care? We get them first for like a year anyway.
So listen, Sick. Listen, Sick. This is something I'm really amazed about. Fan mentioned something really important. Fan mentioned Minecraft. We don't see anybody bitching. Minecraft is it's their biggest game sold out there. It's got 440 million copies sold.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we fighting for Minecraft? We don't see nobody bitching about Minecraft. They don't see that. Okay. Now, and here we go. I ain't done yet. We got Minecraft over there, right? Minecraft. We have also, after they bought Bethesda, you got Elder Scrolls over there. You got Elder Scrolls growing. Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76. You got a bunch of other games out there, right? That are still out there. And they still have their multiplayer and they still keep on growing. Now ABK, you got Call of Duty.
The sequels to stay there too. The sequels will be there too. The next Minecraft or whatever they do,
exactly,
will be there. The next Elder Scrolls on the online one, not the new Skyrim, right? Like those online ones that are already there. They'll get that too.
They'll get that too, and it's still out there, bro. They're still out there. Microsoft did not pull the plug on all those games. So everybody has gone into a wild load of chaos. They got nuts. They gone crazy. They got jumping up and down insane, right? They said, oh, man, Xbox is dying and all this stuff. And I mentioned this before, and I said this on the episode earlier. What if they're doing this so when they do another acquisition, these regulators don't come and attack them? What if it's for that? Because listen, I'm thinking like a businessman. What can I do to get these guys to back off and shut up and leave me alone?
And Microsoft is thinking 40 checks. All these things we said right, about the money, plus the FTC stuff, right? Because we see the FTC still acting up, right? And we know not to worry about them, but still, just because we won, we're all of a sudden flip around and start doing all the stuff that the FTC was worried about, right? No, we stay the path. We stay the path. And I like what you were saying, Louis, but here's a segment of this show that I've been doing lately. I just came up with a name for it. I call it the Sony timeline, right?
The Sony timeline.
The Sony timeline. And let me tell you, folks, if you notice me on these podcasts, oftentimes I will just say the situation the way it is with no exaggeration, because as they say, truth is stranger than fiction, right? You've heard this, right? So let's talk about how Sony got here as I see it. And I think the most telling situation was, and I've mentioned this many times before, was that last real E3 when they showed off Ghost of Tsushima. Remember when they had the the guy would play on the flute and the all these Japanese things. And
I know where you're going with this.
Switching the venue, and they would keep switching the venue to extend the show because they really had nothing to show besides this game and like one or two other things, right? I remember sitting there, I'm like, yo, they're at the end of the generation. This was the E3 just before the PS5, right? And the Series X, right? And we didn't see any one of those till the Game Awards, right? So this is summertime, 2019, right?
I think it was 2018. 2018. I think 2019 it didn't go.
18. Okay. No, it was 19 because 20 was the pandemic and that's when they didn't have it.
No. I think they quit going in 2019. I think.
Okay, so either way, right? So from then, you should have noticed, why don't they have nothing to show? So the next E3 doesn't happen, right? But you would think they would have had some kind of online event like when they did, but they didn't show nothing new, right? They haven't shown anything new. So now then, the past couple of years, they kind of pretending like they winning, right? But really, all they've been releasing is a bunch of PS4 games. Even Spider-Man 2, pretty much a PS4 game. They just, remember, they could have made that one too, but remember the game before that, I think Horizon was the last one. And remember, he Jack what's his name who got fired? Jim Ryan, remember? he almost reneged on the promise where it was supposed to be the free upgrade for Horizon.
Retired.
Right.
Not fired, retired. Don't watch out for those words. We don't want
to. He almost reneged on the promise. Remember that if you buy that game, you were gonna get the free upgrade for the PS5 version, where you wouldn't have to pay that $30 or that $10 or whatever it was. Right? They promised. He had promised that was gonna be the last one, and all of a sudden, so he had to force into it. So Spider-Man 2. Notice the timeline. That was the last game that they had. But meanwhile, all this stuff they talking about with Xbox, blah blah blah. That last year, Spider-Man 2 was the only game they had.
Mm-hmm.
And look how it launched, right? Yeah, I know it works fine now, right? And a lot of people love to claim they didn't have that experience. And maybe you didn't, Crazy Louis. And I wouldn't say you were lying, right? But a lot of people did have those issues. And they documented it all over the internet. And I just want you to remember, once again, if the shoe was on the other foot, with every part of this timeline, always think, what if the shoe was on the other foot, right? Then, they retired Jim Ryan, right? They retired this dude out of nowhere, just when they were acting like they've been winning and everybody's thinking they've been winning, right? Spider-Man 2 comes out looking all crazy. Then we see him like a month later looking like he's been on a coke, liquor bender. He been smashing hoes. He been drinking. He been doing coke, lots of coke. I don't know. He looked terrible. Remember, he was in them sweats and that dirty white shirt. Wow, he looked like he had to sign some paperwork or whatever, and so they needed him. And he came out of his cave, right? And he just looked all crazy, right? And then their equivalent of their Sarah Bond, the one who's really been the executioner, the thorn at Xbox fans' sides all along, the person who actually does all this stuff with the exclusivities, the person who's actually the one who actually did that work. I forget her name, right? They fire her, and her staff, and a lot of her staff leave in solidarity. They quit. And meanwhile, they're talking about their profits is down, $10 billion down. They said they get to 50 million systems. Spider-Man 2 only sends 10 million copies, even though a platform got 50 million sold, right? They're firing all types of developers and shutting down studios and shrinking them. Doing all types of stuff.
You forgot the most important thing, man. You forgot the most important thing. Right after Jim Ryan retired, supposedly retired, what did he do next? You forgot about that. And if you see a CEO do that, something's happening. Oh, you forgot? You forgot the most important thing? Oh my God! He sold his shares, brother. When you see somebody do that, especially a guy that's inside the company, knows what's going to happen in the future, you see him sells his shares right away.
Yep.
That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. I'm sorry, that's not a good thing. And we saw this. When I saw this, I remember I told my friend, "Hey, he sold his shares. Something bad's gonna happen." It's like, no. I'm like, listen. Nobody sells the shares that quick.
Why is that bad? Come on, speak on it.
This is true.
Why?
Johnny Booth. Oh yeah, no doubt. But come on with it, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. So a person that sells his shares right away after he retired. I'm telling you something. If this guy was 80 years old, I said, okay, he's 80, time to go. He's tired of work. He wants to get his money. Okay, that's cool. I understand that because he's an 80-year-old man. But he's not an 80-year-old man. This guy's in the 60s. Was he still young nowadays?
Yo, Lou. Let me say this real quick.
And he sold it? Oh, man.
Right, let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, and I'm going to let y'all cook because I'm enjoying this show just like the chat is. I'm sitting back, man. Y'all cooking tonight. I wanna say this because I don't think a lot of people even understood that. When Jim Ryan sold his stocks, do y'all even know that? Let's just even go further than that. I don't even think people realize that this situation with Sony, the crack started happening the day the news, hear me? News that Microsoft was going to buy ABK deal. Do you know just off of that? Because I don't think, okay, other Zing, I'm gonna get a little bit in the other Zink's world. For y'all that don't know my brother Other Zink, but y'all will one day. I'm really gonna try to get him up here, and I'm really gonna try to get my man to speak some knowledge. Because I from talking with him, brother's very highly educated.
Connie Booth. Thank you, Other Zink. Connie Booth be fired.
Connie Booth, yes.
Yeah. I just say one thing, and new legal,
up?
just quick. I found some that beats Brotato. It's called Geometry Wars. That's all.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It's on Game Pass.
Geometry Wars came out, $10. Buy it.
Right.
No.
He's trying to give me a
Geometry Survivor. Geometry Survivor, $5.
Right. I want you to tell me, Other Zink, if I'm wrong about anything. This isn't my expertise, but my dad, ex-military, Air Forceman, retired. He got into stocks and bonds and things like that. And so I learned a little bit from him, but let me know, what people got to understand is when stocks is just another word for like business. Okay. Shares is just another word for people who are putting their money into a special interest, right? So look, you're looking at the panel, and Other Zink is in part of the panel, right? So that'll give us what, 6 people. Shares is what each one of us decide how much, whatever money we want to put into it. Okay, whatever we want to put into this business, that's the shares. But when you're dealing with stocks, it can be a single person, right? That's going to put into whatever they invest, stock into that business, right? What can affect that, right? What can affect situations? Are bad news, issues going on with a company, products not selling. You get what I'm saying? Products not selling, the economy's not growing, just anything that can make people start getting leery about, man, I don't know if I want to keep my money in this business anymore. I might want to take it out because it's not looking too good, right? So bad rumors can get your stocks to drop down. It's very volatile out there, right? So dig this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Other Zink, feel free. Now dig this. Microsoft, when the news of Microsoft was looking at ABK deal to buy it, you know what happened to Sony stock? It dropped 10 billion just off the news. Look, y'all, just off the news. It didn't even happen yet.
Yeah, it dropped.
This was just the rumors, right? This was when it was just rumors. 10. So what? So let me tell y'all something. What happened? Stocks fall when people pull their stuff out, man. Listen, man. People wasn't playing around with Sony from the jump. As soon as the whisper that Microsoft was about to make moves, people was not. Give my money right now, man. Let's go. Let's go. They didn't. So what does that tell me, Other Zink? What does that tell me, Chit Chat? What does that tell me, panel?
Zero.
They didn't believe in Sony anyway.
No
didn't believe. So look, after that happened, that's 10 billion. These are facts. You want to know what Sony lost when they lost that ABK deal? They lost their. Look at Other Zink. He just beat me to it. Do you want to know what they lost when Microsoft won that ABK deal? They lost another 20 billion. So let's add this up, Zink. This is simple math. Yep. You lost 10 billion off of news that Microsoft was going to buy ABK deal. Then you lose 20 billion when it actually happens. So that's 30 billion. Then now you lost 13 million plus off this lawsuit last year. Now you got another 7.9 billion that you're possibly going to lose. We're almost looking at 40 billion. No, we are looking at 40 billion. When you're talking about all the taxes and everything going on with that, it's well over into the 50 billions. Sony hasn't stopped losing money yet, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just lose 50 billion. We're not, listen, y'all, we're not talking about $50 million. We're not talking $50,000. We're talking, anytime it gets into the billions, your company hurts. $1 billion. I don't even look. Let me let y'all know what the equivalent of how serious $1 billion is.
But the $1 billion here, we all retired. Not to work anymore.
That's right. Watch this, Lou. You can't. If you was born today and you lived to see 100, and you started counting at the first age that you can start counting, you die before you even get to $1 billion. You won't make it to $1 billion. Just count. And you can be here in 100 years and you still wouldn't make it to $1 billion. $1 billion, just $1 billion is a big deal. So imagine $50 billion. Now listen, if you're a Sony fan, this isn't good news to you, right? You're gonna look at this, you're gonna say, oh, there they go again, hating on PlayStation. We're not, this isn't hate.
Yeah.
This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Help me, gaming. This is truth over feelings. Now, if you don't like that, go watch somebody else's podcast. Shoot the breeze in those trade winds of flattery and rosaries and roses and lilies and the valleys.
Yeah, you can pretend all you want.
But over here, we're gonna shoot them arrows straight.
I just want to say this really quick, right?
We're not soft. That's why.
Because
it
was the stuff I was saying before, right? I didn't get through the whole timeline, right? But as I kept saying about each part that I kept telling you, put the shoe on the other foot. If this was Xbox that had happened to, number one, it would have been the equivalent of they fired Phil Spencer and then immediately after he sells all his shares, right? And that would have been exactly that one thing.
They were sold it off. They were sold off Xbox. They were talking about doing that back in the Xbox One era. Did you know that?
Right. So what I'm just saying, right? And that's just the first thing, right? That's just the first parallel.
Yeah, that'd have been it. You're right.
Right?
That'd have been it.
Right. That would have been enough, right? But then
that would have been enough.
Further. But then let's go
further.
Would have
went no further. That would have been it.
Right?
You know how Sick is not lying? And I'll finish up what I was saying, but you want to know why Sick is not lying? Look what happened to us not too long ago with a 72-hour rumor spree.
Yep.
Oh,
that
I know.
caused them to come out and do a show. Can you imagine?
Oh my God!
What happened?
Right. Can you imagine?
72-hour what? Rumor spree?
Yeah.
Rumor spree.
I'm lost now. 72 hours of rumor spree. What happened?
You was in Germany. We're not going to start with you tonight, Lou. We're not starting with you tonight, Lou.
Wait. That was
I'm was in Germany. God bless your soul. Oh yeah, God bless your soul. You was in Germany. You didn't have to endure this stupidity that we went through.
Yeah.
72 hours, fam. You can't make this up.
Of rumors?
Rumors.
Man, I should start a rumor show. I mean, seriously, damn.
To go back to Lou, right?
I'm with you, Louis.
This is how you know. This is how you also know that this was just this was serious. This is called good news, bad news, right?
Yep.
Negative news will normally cause people to sell stock. When Jim Murray sold that stock, he didn't have to say anything. If you know your
news get you clicks at the end of the day.
That's right. Another reason, a bad earning report.
Bad press is good for you, regardless at the end of the day as a business. That's how it works. Why do you think Fox News, all these stations, all of them, why do you think they only say one side? It's because they want you to get interested, whether you like them or not. They want you to get interested. At the end of the day, they don't give a shit what your political view is. Gaming, same thing. TV, same thing. Movies, same thing. They say this movie's shit. Well, you know what? You go watch and you're like, it's not fucking shit. At the end of the day, it's to get you to click because they make money off that. At the end of the day, they're making a portion off that. So at the end of the day, you're the sucker. You fell for it. You want? Don't cry to us. That's on you.
Right. Another reason is a bad earnings report. Another reason, a lapse in corporate governance. Another reason, big picture economic and political uncertainty. Another reason, unfortunate occurrences all translate to selling pressure and a decrease in the prices of many, if not most stocks. So there goes your good and bad reasons as to why. So if you see a person, right, that immediately once they got, and it was bad news because why did look at the sequences. They lost the ABK deal. Jim Ryan announced retirement. Jim Ryan sold his stocks. It's right there. There ain't nothing else there's nothing else to look for. There is no more better evidence than that right there in that time frame to understand Jim Ryan didn't have to say a word. He let the whole PlayStation community know what's coming next.
Oblivion, basically.
Hey,
Rome is burning. Rome is literally
he told you Rome is burning. That's it. That's it. Sick. There ain't nothing else to talk about.
You know what? People should have looked at it like this. You know what? Does anybody remember when Warren Buffett kept on buying more stock in the fucking ABK because he wanted the deal to go through because he knew the deal was going to go through?
He knew
exactly. Now keep this in mind, guys. Keep this in mind. He is one of the richest people in the fucking world. So you know what? Now you look at Jim Ryan. He's the opposite of the spectrum. And he's like, I'm cashing out right now. Big money. I'm getting the fuck on the 900 and I'm slipping my ties. You guys off.
And why did he do that, TJ?
Exactly.
Because you want to sell high.
He knows
you want to sell high. You want to get it while it's still good.
And
he wants to make the amount of money they wants to make. And on top of that, he knows he's going to get fired. He knows he's fucked. He's not bringing in the revenue that they are expecting.
And so
this is a Japanese corporation. This ain't a Microsoft corporation.
No.
This is not a U.S. corporation. No. They run differently. And Six Layer can even tell you. They're a different corporation. They're not U.S. Yeah.
But see, the thing I was saying is, don't forget, this is just the first thing. That's just the first thing I was going to say. I'm not going to say all the others, but I'll just say one other, right? Immediately after, actually not immediately after, it was pretty immediately after, right? Connie Booth, which is like Sarah Bond getting fired, and then her top people leave with her because they upset that they fired her, and she's
helped start off the first 30 best games that Sony's ever made that made the most money and been sold the most, and they fired her ass. Look at that. That's a big no-no.
Like he got to say something. Look at him.
Who did the exclusivity thing. So those are just two of the many things I was going to say, but we get into tangents about each one. The first one alone was enough to make the point. But this has been happening to Sony back to back. Of course. No one's saying anything. But if it was Xbox, one thing alone, Phil Spencer being fired, and then he immediately sells all his stocks. And then you don't see him for almost a month. He would have
been fired like Don Matrick.
Looking like he's been on hookers that blow for a month. That's how he came looking back. I'm not lying. Tell me why I'm telling lies. I'm not exaggerating nothing.
Nah, you're not telling lies, man.
Like he'd been drunk and high off his ass that whole time, ever since he left, up until that moment where he came because apparently he has more paperwork to sign. Let's say, right? That's how bad
so-called paper. Yeah,
right?
Paper he needs signed in quotation.
Microsoft, what would they have been saying all this time? It would be done already. But meanwhile, Rome is burning. They keep telling you they're losing money. All this stuff is happening to them. But it's all good. But any little minor rumor about what Xbox is doing, even after it happens multiple times that these rumors are all flat wrong, and all the talking heads who told you that shit were all fucking wrong, right?
Yep, Cold Eastwood, I can think of a lot.
Yeah, and then you believe the next thing they say all over again, like y'all fucking forgot what just happened. So this is what I'm mad at the Xbox.
Stick going in.
Like how stupid
going in. Get the hammer, Luke. Get the hammer.
Like how
hey, let me get my hammer.
So
let's put some order right here.
So
I put order.
So what are we talking about right now? Rome is burning for real.
Hey.
Yes, it is. Go ahead, Luke.
I was gonna say, don't you forget one more thing too. I mean, you said the media that nobody says nothing. I mean, listen to this news. I mean, I'm just gonna read you the headline of this news. This is from Game Rant. You know what those suckers said? You want me to tell you March 1st, 2024? You want me to tell you what they said?
Is it the shit that you sent me earlier
It
today?
says, why the PS5's lack of first-party exclusives in 2024 might be a blessing in disguise.
And then at the same time,
wait. But in 2022, when Microsoft didn't have first parties, says, "Oh, this is bad. This is awful."
Same people too.
Because they know they're gonna get their asses kicked as a publisher, like in terms of like a journalist, right? They know if they don't change, they're gonna run into a lot of problems. They gotta look at it like, okay, Microsoft is gaining fucking fast on Sony. We need to either pivot or we need to play neutral. One or the other.
Wait a minute.
No way.
Let me do something real quick. Let me get my hair real straight real quick. Let me get my Destin glasses on. Real quick, this is my Destin glasses. So the question is, does the Xbox tax actually exist?
There you go.
I haven't got my Destin glasses on. Does it exist?
Go.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, damn right it does.
That's right.
It does. It does.
Game tax right there. That's all you need to say.
That's it. Ain't nothing to it. Charge it to Game Rant.
Exactly. Does it exist?
Game Rant proved that point.
I mean,
we didn't have to. We didn't have to.
You know what? I'm even laughing about this. I mean, I've been sort of I've been quiet a little bit on Twitter, like going for the videos and stuff because ever since this whole rumor crap started, I would say I'm not in the mood to do these videos until good news comes by because I'm a good news type of guy, right? So I see all these rumors and all that stuff. I mean, the other day I saw something. I was just laughing my butt off. It's like they have nothing else to throw at Xbox anymore. Right. It's like they don't have anything else. So now they make a video talking about the cloud gaming. Oh, the PlayStation Cloud is better than the Xboxes. I mean, seriously. Does it say Xbox Cloud? Yeah. Does it say it's full? X Cloud is full? No, it says X Cloud Beta. If it says beta, it's still on the works. So why y'all gotta throw this now? They did the same damn thing.
Exactly.
Same damn thing with Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo has been 2 years out. They've been patching that motherfucker up. I mean, it's got more patches than a roof in a Lucine house. It's got more patches than anything right now, that game. And they compared it with the game with one month release. What the hell?
Hey, Crazy Louie, go back to the cloud thing, though, before you go back to the Forza and Gran Turismo thing. If you notice what they said when they compared the cloud things, they were like the PlayStation 1 might be higher res, but the input lag and all of that was worse. So it doesn't matter if it's sharper if you can't control and play it. That's what
exactly.
That's why the Xbox is lower resolution.
But fam, but sick. Here's the thing. But sick, either way though, it's a bad comparison right now. Now, if Xbox has gone fully launched with the X Cloud, then that would have been a perfect comparison. Right. You cannot do a comparison with something that's a beta versus a full thing. Exactly. You cannot.
Yeah.
That's a stupid.
I got a question.
Yeah, that's right. That's number one. But number two. No. Hang on. Let me just say this real quick. But it is true, number one. But number two, it's a wrong conclusion anyway. They're fucking lying. Even if it was complete, it's still wrong. They were lying. If the input lag is bad, then you can't play it anyway. Who cares about how good the resolution is? That's all.
Yes. It's all about the clicks. It's all about the those clicks. This is why all these rumors started, man.
Don't follow any of those.
These rumors started, and what happened with these rumors? It's all about scaring people. It's all about scaring people. Let's get this. That's what everybody was going after. Let's get this.
Louis, the first leak started with fucking Xbox era. I heard all this shit from Xbox era, and then it leaked to other people, and it started going like wildfire. You know what? They kept on telling their damn little friends, and it kept growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what? I'll tell you guys this. Anybody that's listening to this podcast right now, if you want to listen to actually people that know news and actually don't go off rumors, follow Crazy Lou Gaming at the Xbox International Podcast.
Oh, first now?
Follow Iron Lord's podcast. Follow other people, but don't follow the ones that are just only Xbox brand or PlayStation brand, or the ones that say I have insiders like Cole Eastwood. Perfect example. He's also a fucking fraud. I'm sorry, but I have to call it out. The guy's a
Man.
fucking fraud. He lied right to his fan base. He lied to Mag. Mag doesn't even have his own podcast. I'm sorry, but I had to say it. It pissed me off. Yeah.
Listen, John, I don't care where this whole thing started. I don't care. As the situation is
yep.
They caused so much damage over
I know.
Thing. I mean,
I'm just trying to tell them to follow the right people like you.
Let me say something. We're sitting here, we're relaxed, we're having fun, we're chit-chatting.
Yep.
We got Sick, we got Spartan, we have you, we have a fam over here, legal. We're all here just chilling, right? We're just chilling. And look what we're talking about, right? We're instead of going negative on Xbox. I mean, look how I came up with an idea. Maybe this whole third-party thing is probably to get the regulators off their backs so we'll make a new acquisition or something big. Maybe it's because of this. We're here looking for positive things. We're not here trying to dethrone something because, listen, number one, the company never came out and said, we're done with this. All these guys came out and said, oh, it's done, it's over, it's doom and gloom. I don't know who started this damn thing. I don't care, but it was just bad. It was just bad. Starting with all this crap, it was just bad because at the end of the day, if you are an Xbox guy, right? If you're an Xbox guy, I always said this, I will bleed green till the end. I mean, I will bleed green till the end. Yeah. When I don't got any more Xbox consoles to buy, that's it. Okay. Like I said, I'll bleed green to the end because that's where I game. That's what I love. But that doesn't mean I don't game anywhere else because, like I said, I got my baby over here, which I call my baby, that PS5, that big old thing. But listen, I play anywhere. I'm a gamer. I love to play games. So that's something that people tend to forget. And listen, instead of everybody going out here trying to say it's doom and gloom, why don't we say the positive things so we can get the community thinking positive? Let's not get them negative. Let's think positive. I mean, if Xbox does this, does this mean that if they're going to go for another big acquisition, that means the regulators could be off of them? If Xbox does this, could it help them grow more of their gaming revenue to get more sequels out? If Xbox does this, would that mean that they're actually going to force PlayStation to switch their gears or force other consoles to switch their gears to say, hey, these guys are doing real well. Why don't we all do this and let's put our games everywhere? I mean, why don't we all think like that? Why don't we look at things like that? No, we got to go out there. We got to shut it down. We got to kill them because that's what's hot. Let's kill Microsoft. And I've been seeing them trying to kill Microsoft ever since Xbox One came out. I remember back. I remember back in 360 days. It was all positive talks.
You remember?
I remember. What's up?
You know what, Lou? I'll even go even deeper than that. Right?
What's up? Go for it.
We're talking to a guy that's got multiple consoles across 3 different eras, right? Let me be clear. You're saying a lot of facts, but let's just keep it one. You know, hey, listen, Di-RRec Gaming is a 100% show. We are not a 75% show, right? We're 100%. I'm gonna get all the way funky now. We pick and choose. We do a lot of picking and choosing on how we feel like things need to be positioned. I just said not too long ago, Sony is in a $7.9 billion lawsuit doing what? Shafting its own players. Now, I used to say this. If you are a PlayStation fan before 2011 and you bought PlayStations before, Sick already knows where I'm going with this. Don't even laugh, Sick, because you can't make this up. Spartan 117, you can't make this up. If you are a PlayStation fan prior to the hacking of 2011, this isn't for you. You didn't know no better what you were supporting. Legal always knew better. I knew not to put my money into that company. I don't give a damn what somebody might think. It's called consumer smartness. Now, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as being a dumb consumer. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there is a such thing as being a dumb consumer. Okay, that is real. Now, if you consider yourself not that, this will not offend you, my fellow citizen. But, you know, Sot, you wouldn't be loved out here, okay? You would not be loved out here for that comment. But that comment that Sotness just said, after 2011, how can I deny it? Sony has the biggest embarrassment in gaming history, where it's not even funny that 77 million consumers got compromised. They never fixed their platform. They never fixed their infrastructure.
And then it happened again.
You want to know how I know? Because I had a friend where I kept telling him, my homie Marlon Johnson, I said, bro, you're going to learn. You're going to keep putting your money into Sony, and you're going to learn. Well, 2 years ago, right? Just when you don't know that nothing can happen to you. Guess what happened to my dear friend Marlon Johnson? His PlayStation got hacked. You think Sony did anything for him? No. The answer is no. The answer is no, Rain G4. Just like the answer was no all the other times. But just like my man Sotness said, you have to start to think that PlayStation fans just like being scammed. Because if somebody told me a stove is hot, see, we're picking and choosing when we want to be smart about things, right? If somebody told you don't go over there and jump in that damn fire, you're going to get burned, right? And the person playing around that fire accidentally falls in there and he jumps out, shit. You're not going to look at him as a dumbass. You're not going to look at him and say, look at that dumbass. But you're going to look at that one that you said, man, don't you go over there in that fire, man, that fire's going to burn you. And he literally takes his time, Sotness, you can't make this shit up. Walk slowly into the fire. So not only did he start getting hot by the temperature, but that didn't even faze him. He wanted to get into the fire, get burned up, nice and slow, get some blisters all over him before he gets out of that fire. Ashtray, you can't make this up. So as I hear people talk about PlayStation today, it don't make no sense to me. Because when everybody was making fun of the new legal for saying these things sick, I'll be damned. The very reason that Sony is in a lawsuit right now is for shafting. Look, it went from a hacking ability to Sony. When you're shafting your players, that means Sony deliberately was doing it. This isn't an accident, people. That's why they're going to lose that lawsuit. Because Sony deliberately wanted to scam you. So, who's the dummy? Is it, look at us, man. We're gamers. And one thing that I've always said, if you know me and you've been around on Di-RRec gaming long enough, I've always said this, people, they talk to y'all like y'all are stupid. That goes for all these YouTubers, all these fake influencers, and all of them. The gaming media outlets, all of them, they talk to y'all like y'all are stupid. You know why? Because you know why they talk to y'all like y'all are stupid? Because they got paper trail. They got a paper trail. Now, I'm not here to call nobody stupid, but they got a paper trail. And go now to fulfill my homie Lou. The reason why things are like it is because the Xbox community doesn't have one single real-ass journalist out here to stand tall for the community. Not one. But as soon as one Xbox fan stands 10 toes down, who was that resident? Oh, he's not here today. He sent me an article. I'll be damned, y'all. Let me show you this. Out of everybody in the gaming industry, I want to read y'all something that he sent me. He said, man, a brave soul did this today. Let me see where he's at. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got it right here. I said, man, show me this article. This comes from video games, GLHR, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard of this play. Never heard of it. But what he wrote, I can see why we never heard of him. Here's what this guy says. The games industry deserves a better spokesman than Jeff Keighley. Why won't the industry's most influential person speak up?
Yep.
Look at what he said.
I said that. You know what's funny? I said that once on Twitter, and I had someone thrash me about it, defending him.
We said we need competition everywhere.
Yep.
All right. Even Jeff Keighley can't represent. He can't even do it right because he's got his tail pinned so tall on his behind. His ears are too long. Welcome to the Jeff Keighley's 2050 sponsored by it's hilarious how this guy goes. 2050 sponsored by Glunk Juice. Don't get drunk, get glunk. The audience claps. I'm your host, Jeff Keighley, and I'm back again with another celebration of video games. Audience claps and whoops. It's been another great year for video games. Someone shouts, "We love you, Jeff." We have a great selection of world premieres tonight from a variety of studios that can afford the small six-figure sum. But before we go on, we got a special surprise. Can we get a big round of applause? It's the man, the legend, my best friend, Hideo Kojima. This guy wrote a damn article. Is he lying? Okay, so what did we see this time? Is the man lying? What did we see this time? He just got scrutinized, right? It took 10. Dude, you can't make this up, right? It took 10 years for this man to get scrutinized. But gamers have been talking about how flaky the Game Awards has been for years.
Yeah.
But guess who they attack the most when they speak up? Xbox fans. You know why? Because it's a donkey show.
And what's funny, Famo? What was the record of that he got the most views, and why? Why did he get the most views on this year's showcase?
The Xbox Series X.
Because no. It was last year's show. Remember, he broke records in numbers. Why was it? Because Phil.
Because of Hideo Kojima. What is it?
No, remember Phil said we got a couple things announcing right over here, and he broke records because of that.
Oh yeah,
it's true.
Phil asked because I remember we were talking about this, that some people didn't watch it. I said I watched it because Team Green told me to come watch it. That's why I wouldn't watch it. If not, I wouldn't watch it. I just stroll right through it, watch the game trailers, and that's it.
You want to know what the highest viewed gamer show was last year? And it wasn't even his show. It was the Direct show.
Oh,
yep, that is true, illegal.
92 million viewers tuned into Xbox. 92 million. You see what happens when you do something right, when you got haters? That's what
the haters are gonna hate at the end of the day. They're like a hater of like a singer. They're the same shit. They're like an opposite of a Stan. They just want to see the world burn. They just don't give a shit whether you like it or not. At the end of the day, me and you and Crazy Lou, Spartan117, Six Layer, everybody in the fucking chat, we can enjoy this at the end of the day. But you're gonna have haters are gonna hate. And you know what? I say this. Fuck you. You know what? If you're gonna be an asshole and want to hate, then you know what? You don't belong on social media at all. You don't belong on YouTube. You don't belong in gaming. You want to just go do your damn job, go home, and go to sleep. That's where you belong.
The streets are spoken. He's the street. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to TJ? You want him on your show? What do you want with him? He's a guy that you want to put money into your Patreon. What are you gonna do to him? You see, the same people that you talk about are the same people you want watching your channels. So, like I've always said, it's people like Drawn TJ that they're really scared of. They're not scared of. They're not scared of legal. They're not scared of loot gaming.
You're speaking truth, man. Because the thing is, I don't have podcast, so I have nothing. I have nothing to worry about. I can watch the world burn. I can make podcasts burn. Because at the end of the day, they think they can cancel me, but I don't give a shit. I don't have millions of followers. So at the end of the day, Go ahead, call me out. Call me out. I dare you.
Right,
to.
it has
At
no
the end of the
effect.
day, what are you
Part
gonna
of the
do?
street.
What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? I'm calling you out on other podcasts.
You
So at the
can't.
end of the day, everybody's gonna gang upon you, just like I am.
What the thing is, man, you're reflecting you're not just speaking for yourself. When we speak, we're speaking for an audience that's really out there. Yeah.
I'm tired of all these fakes. I'm tired of everybody. Like I said, I used to follow Colt Eastwood. I used to follow Noof Nukem. I used to follow Boomstick. I used to follow all these guys. They were cool guys. But when I found
watch
out
it, man. Don't be saying
end,
Boomstick out here, man.
Oh,
crazy.
Oh my God!
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, I've been on their podcast. That's a funny thing. So that's why I got a lot of experience. I've been on Crazy Lou's podcast. I've been on your podcast. I've been on a lot of podcasts. So the thing is, I'm going to tell you truthfully, I only follow people that I respect and I trust. If you are not being followed by me, then you're fucking fake. I'm sorry, but you may not like that. That might sound harsh. That might sound like an asshole right now. But at the end of the day, if you're not being constructive criticism and you're not being a good host and you're not respecting the guests, like New Legal is right here.
I ain't got nothing. Against
at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but I have to follow only people I can trust that actually don't bullshit and yank my chain at the end of the day. So, sorry, I had to be said. I had to say it. Sorry. I know New Legal, you probably weren't expecting this, man, and I know you're going to get a lot of fucking...
Listen,
but at the end of the day, I'm just protecting everybody in your chat because I don't want them blindly following Destin or IGN or whatever and thinking it's gospel when it's bullshit. I'm sorry, but I can't stand it. I'm sorry. As a gamer that's played all the consoles and PC, and I own a $1,000 PC, and I own a $2,000 PC also downstairs. So don't tell me that I'm not a gamer for liking all the different consoles, and I've been everywhere. At the end of the day, you guys enjoy gaming. Don't follow people blindly. I'm getting so tired of this shit, especially on Twitter. Just play your fucking games. Go to work, go home, spend some time with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, and then play games. Simple.
Yeah, no, because I was gonna say that at the end because listen, guys, and this is how I see things, right? I'm not talking like me. I'm not gonna go out there, spilling my guts. But listen up, guys. Again, this is an entertainment system.
Right.
All you do here is game. You got to treat it like how it is. You sit there and game. Like I said, I'll bleed green to the end. Why would I bleed green to the end?
I'm going down with the ship.
I mean, if I got to go down with the ship, I'm going down with the ship. I don't care. I mean, why do I love the Xbox brand? Why do I love it? I've been in there for the longest of time.
The community is nice.
The community is perfect. I love my community. I love my friends hanging out with them and all that stuff. That's why I go over there. Not only that, like I said it before, I got my PS5 here. My wife has
don't worry, Ashtray. I like dealer.
I mean, my Nintendo Switch, the wife has it. She has it because she does exercise with it. But if I have it back, it will be here. But listen, I said this before. Why don't I turn around to all these other systems? Like, for example, I play scary games on my computer for everybody's entertainment so they can watch me be scared, jump off my chair, and all that stuff. Because most of those games just come out on PC. But why
on Xbox?
It should come on Xbox, and we should get YouTube on Xbox. Damn it! But that's another thing. But like I said, I game on my Xbox. Why? Because it keeps. I know, but we need to to stream like how PlayStation does it, that you can stream directly on it. We need that. We need that. If I have that,
they don't just need to do that. Bring back the snap feature so I can watch New Legal if I'm busy doing something. I can watch while I play games.
Oh, that thing,
or whatever. They need to bring back.
Like I said,
bring back.
But like I said, this is an entertainment system, guys. All you got to do is game. I mean, if you want to listen. I know sometimes we go out there, we see all these rumors, we see all this stuff. You got to see it as this. It's a rumor. Okay. Should I believe it? Let's wait and see when the company speaks. That's what you gotta do. You can't go nuts about it. You can't go like, oh my God, this brand is gonna die because this guy, because it's close to Microsoft, he said this. He does not work for Microsoft. I'm sorry. If he works for Microsoft, then okay. Then we still gotta wait till the company speaks. When the company speaks, and after it's heard, that's where we have to get our conclusions. That's where we have to sit there and say, okay, that's cool. I mean, damn. Everybody went nuts. I mean, I was in Germany. Now I'm hearing about the 72-hour rumor run. I'm like, wait, what was this? When did this happen? I mean, really, I was sad. I saw people on there saying, oh, Xbox is dead. And I'm like, wait, did the company come out and speak? Did they actually say something? Did something happen? And when I did not know there was like a 72-hour run. But like I said, I've since January started, and let me tell you all something. This rumor of third party started in November. If you guys don't know this, it started in November. That's when it dropped. In November, it dropped, and you can look for it right now. Xbox going third party. I think it started around November or or around October, something like that. That's when it started. But in January, it took full force. Why did it take full force? Because I was seeing a lot of people pushing this. Like I said, I don't know who started this. I don't care who started this. At the end of the day, you guys do not understand what did you all do, and that's not a good thing for you all, because now you got an enraged community, right? Enraged community against you guys saying, should we believe and should we not? So your credibility goes away. So we sit here, right? Like I said, I'm right here. I'm not as big as them. I don't have like somebody whispering in my ears about rumors and stuff like that. And what do? Instead of going to the negative side of things, what do? I start talking positive. And that's something that you got to do no matter what. For example, I've read that Xbox is doom and gloom. Look at everything I said right here. I said a couple good things. I said maybe it's to get the regulators off their backs. Maybe for the next big purchase, right? Maybe is to get business better running so they can make us all sequels. That's the things we got to feed the community. Or this is a way for Xbox to push to close this whole exclusive thing, locked up thing. Because again, Microsoft is out here to make gaming better for us. I mean, we've seen this since what? Since they started with the OG Xbox. I mean, if we sit down and we look at the history on how much this console grown, listen, Xbox was the one who perfected online gaming. They perfected it to a level that look at us now. I mean, Legal is where he lives. Sick is where he lives. John T is where he lives. Spartan is where he lives. And if you want to play a game, and we don't live like how it was back in the day. Hey, dude, come over to my house. Let's play a game here. No. All we got to do is link up and say, hey, let's play Halo tonight. Okay, what time? Blah, blah, blah. He's over there where he lives. I don't know where they live at, but I'm here in Dominican Republic where I live. And I go on my system and I play games with them from another world, from the other side of the world. I mean, that's how far technology has advanced. So what I'm trying to say is this, guys. Rumors are always going to be out there. They're always going to be spread. You look at it, you're like, oh, okay. But once you hear the company speak, you take the conclusion and see how it goes from there. But don't go out there and say it's doom and gloom. This sucks. It's already dead, because I was really saddened of a lot of people, not only that, throwing that to my face. I had a lot of PlayStation fans throwing that to my face, and I was like, I'll wait till they speak. I'm not worried. It's like, oh, what do you mean you're not worried? Because this is all rumors, and when they speak, I'll understand. And if I go back and I even said it, look, Minecraft has been out there. You got all these games out there that they have, that they're theirs, and they have it over there. So I'm not worried about that. Not only that, we also have a PlayStation game over here on the Xbox. We have a PlayStation game over here on the Xbox, and that's MLB. So if the whole third-party thing is going to happen, oh, man, I hope it's going to bring them more money. I hope it brings them more stuff so they can continue making those games that we want, and for them to continue with this service that we are. And listen, we are all happy with the service. I'm one of them that's really happy. I'm so happy with the service because, hey, I'm saving a couple bucks. Because when reality rolls in, guys, that's what we look for, save a couple bucks. And like I said it before, let the company speak, let the company cook. Because listen, Microsoft is cooking. We're now seeing them investing $15 billion in chips. and like I said, last Wednesday we had Wondering Dutch on that episode. He went to Gamescom, and Wondering Dutch said this. He said out of his mouth, they asked us so many questions about handhelds. Even Wondering Dutch was himself saying, I know there's a handheld coming. He said it. I know there's a handheld coming because basically they asked us a whole bunch of things about the handhelds, and we all answered. It was all handheld questions. So why in the blue hell do you all get this idea that Xbox will be gone because they're going to put several games out here? They might put out their whole library out there, guys. They might do that. I don't know. They might. But does that mean that they're doom and gloom? I mean, if you listen to Phil said, as of now, they are one of the largest video game publishers out there. Video game publishers out there. He said it in that interview, guys. He said that. If you guys did not get that idea, and he means that he's one of the biggest ones, and that's something. That's something that you gotta get. You gotta take that to heart. And what he means is this: he's gonna do everything he can, right, to do what he can to keep Xbox surviving, to keep Xbox going. And that's what he's fighting for. I mean, listen, after Xbox One, we all saw this. Xbox One was a big problem for them. This generation started. Look at all these changes that's made. I mean, when we sit down and we see, because now I'm gonna start speaking facts, right? Is this one of Xbox's best generations? Yes, it is. Why is it? Listen, we got Game Pass in 2018, 2017, 2018, close to that, right? We got Xbox Game Pass. Look at what Game Pass has changed. It was first, they first said we're just going to put our first party titles in here. That's what they first said. Now we're getting third party titles. Now we're getting third party titles. Not all of them, but some of them. Not only that, we're getting indies. Because listen, if it wasn't for Game Pass, we wouldn't talk Vampire Survivors in here. We would not be talking Vampire. So trust me, we wouldn't be talking about that game if it wasn't for Game Pass. Because you would have saw it, you're like, oh, look at this 8-bit game. I don't want to play it. It looks okay. And that's what would have said. Partly, it could have been spread around, but without Game Pass, it wouldn't have gotten the popularity it got.
He ain't lying. Most of y'all wouldn't have heard about it.
Exactly. Brotato's another example. I'm over here playing Brotato like crazy. Brotato got 1 million downloads. I mean, people went nuts for Brotato. And I remember the other day, I was on my Xbox, and a friend of mine logged in and said, man, I don't know what to play, man. I don't want to play. I said, hey, man, try Brotato. You'll probably like it because I told him Dead Islands. I was like, I'm not into those gooey, gushy things. I'm like, okay, play Brotato. You like it. And he looks at it and says, this thing? I said, go ahead. Trust me. I played it. I'm loving it. He sat there and played it for 3 hours. The man is in love with Brotato. In love with Brotato. He said, man, what a simple game. And I said, that's what you get. That's what Game Pass is for you to go out there. Because people are here.
Brotato would have never had a chance if they didn't give a chance to Vampire. It makes more chances in the future for other things. It opens your eyes to stuff you weren't open to before. And so the next time you see something, and it won't even have to be on Game Pass. The word gets around and you'll mess with it. Exactly.
And look at another great game, because listen, I know this game wasn't Game Pass. I think Blasphemous wasn't Game Pass. I've been trying. I played it once, but didn't give it a go. And now I'm like, man, I want to play a 2D game. Let me go see. Man, I found a good price. I bought them both. Real happy with it. And started playing it. I'm enjoying it. But we got back Bloodstained. That's another good game. That wasn't Game Pass before. Bloodstained was another good side. And after Blasphemous, I'm like, oh my God, Bloodstained is here. Oh man, now what am I gonna do? I gotta jump over here, and play this game too. But that's what Game Pass does, guys. So, like I said this again, rumors are always gonna be out there. Wait for the company to speak, and after you listen to them speak, take that to heart and say, okay, where is this going? And then you go out there and let's see what others people think. And let's see how they speak. Now, if you don't like what they said, go to another person and find the person that you will like what they say. Because like I said this before, and again, look at all these rumors that happen. Look how I took those rumors instead of spinning to a negative thing. Because listen, negatively, right? It's what people always look for. They always look for the negative. They never look for the positive. And look what I did. I spin all those negative and made it to a positive. And I said, what if it's for this? What if it's for that? What if it's for all this stuff? Because that's how you fend for a company. You don't go out there, throw it under the bus. Like I said, I don't know where it's starting because I was away in Germany. I mean, I'm telling you, this rumor started around January about going third party, but like it got real heavy when I was away in Germany. You know, I don't know how crazy it got because I was always all the way there. I just basically heard pinpoints about it, but it's a shame that everybody took this thing and handled it the wrong way. They handled it the wrong way instead of the positive way. And I'm sitting here, I'm telling you, I've been speaking for half an hour on positive things for the company. Like I said, they might put all the games out there. And if they do, hey man, listen. If they put, for example, Gears of War out there, and I find one of those PlayStation guys that used to troll on me, man, I'm gonna go out there and chainsaw their ass. That's what I'm gonna do in Gears of War. I'm telling you. I mean, let's cosplay this shit. Let me go chainsaw his ass. I'm gonna do that just to beat him up or shoot him with the shot. I mean, that would be like, oh, what a relief. But again, this is all gaming, right? But that's how I see things. I see things as a gamer. I love gaming to death. I love it to the end. I will always game. I mean, the way you're supposed to. I'm not gonna take it too hard like a lot of people do and try to cause a nervous thing or try to cause like this is gonna die or it's gonna end. Listen,
we have a that's right, Lou. We have a margin of respect for the culture. And that goes right back to the culture, right?
Exactly.
We poke, we jab. I get it. You know, we agitate. That's what we're doing on Twitter. We're just agitating. But at the end of the day, working men like us, it's just to get us through the day.
Exactly.
You're not. We don't have nothing else to do. You're all of those. You know, some of you guys are just weird, man. Y'all. You showcase how, bro. I don't listen, man. Y'all need to really just take a chill pill, man. I don't know what's wrong with you dudes, man. Y'all are weird out here, man. Y'all supposed to be like men out here, man. Yeah, you know, listen. I heard the talks. You know what I'm saying? Look, man. I don't too much. Look, I've always been talking about because I've always said this, and we'll end the show with this stuff, man. This is crazy. Look, man. Like I said, man, the new legal is just my gamer tag name. All right. It's just my gamer tag name. I don't walk around in Texas. I don't go around in the Metropolitan of Fort Worth and Dallas, right? And Arlington and Grand Prairie and Irving and, you know, Plano and Frisco and Denton. You know what I'm saying? You don't see me walking around with shirts saying the new legal. And I'm, you know, nobody knows me. Listen, man, I'm just a normal person. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a billionaire. I'm not rich. I'm not famous. You know, at the end of the day, man, we're here just I'm a gamer. I'm an Xbox gamer that likes the Xbox community that felt like, you know what? Everybody else has something. They have something. Nintendo's been had its crazy ass community. They embark on it. You see tons of shows, tons of people playing on Nintendo when you go Twitch and things like that. PlayStation, they have the media. They have gaming journalists. They got Twitch. They got they got GameStop. Remember, they even had GameStop at one point. I mean, by God, you couldn't go anywhere, right? But then I noticed something about the Xbox community, and I noticed this all the time. I said, you know, Xbox community, you don't find it unless you're on Xbox. It's not outside. You know, it's not in the stores. You know, when you meet an Xbox person, it's like meeting a lost family member. Oh, you like when somebody you be like, man, I'm playing games. Yeah, man. What console? Because you're already gritting your teeth when you say what console you on. Because you already know the Xbox is against all odds. And to hear somebody say, I play on Xbox. You know, it's sad when you hear Cat Williams say, and even Cat Williams, the prestige comedian, understood the culture of consoles, didn't he? He said, you know, I know a thing or two about the consoles. And, you know, he says, but as for me, I'm an Xbox.
Yeah, and he's a comedian.
Yeah, the way he said it, you know this guy grew up.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right, because nobody talks like that if you don't know the culture of gaming. It's impossible for Cat Williams to know that. So the fact that he said it,
man,
the way he said it,
the Xbox. I'm sure
it was the way he said
but he
it.
understands the dynamic.
He understood the dynamic.
He's the outsider, the one that's not giving.
You're an outsider. You are a rebel. You're an outsider. When you was a Sega fan, you knew what time it was when you stepped outside. Yep. You knew you wasn't gonna be Mr. Popular. You knew you was on the other side of the fence. But you took your walk in stride. You did it. And you know, it's like,
I love Talos, man. He says you should be talking shit.
Hey, back in the day, we were talking blast processing. That's what we were talking about. Blast processing.
Right. We hit 1,000 and we start making hats and we get shirts and jeans and we start, dog, it's crazy out here. Yo, look, man, look, I'm just being serious. I'm speaking for myself, right? You know, Lou says something, and I know everybody agrees with this. Like I said, hell, look, man, I've had Six Layer call the whole damn crew disingenuous, and that's and I named the show the Disingenuous Show. That's because when you got somebody, right, who's 10 toes down on what they believe in, right, that's how a person's going to deliver themselves. As long as there's no chaser behind them after the smoke clear, we good. But when there's fog in your system, it don't matter, sick, right, what a person says or do. When they're foggy, you know, my grandpa used to say this about people. He wormy. I understood what my old grandpa was talking about as I got older in life. You got some fans that are just wormy, man. Too much worms in their body. If you ever had a dog and he was wormy, you'd understand what my grandpa talking about. The way a wormy dog moves, he moves differently than a dog that ain't got worms. And sometimes, man, you don't know a dog got worms until he takes a shit. That's what happened. Facts, TJ. That's what happened.
Building parasite.
Facts, sick. That's what happened to the Xbox community who thought who they believed in was their savior.
That's why I was so happy all that happened. I wanted to say that earlier. I was so happy all of this stuff happened. It's just like I said with the ABK thing with all the receipts. I always said that multiple times. That was the aspect I cared about the most.
I don't
the court thing, right? But the thing with these fake Xbox guys, like we got to know
it doesn't matter, fam. Listen,
we bled out that bad blood out of our community. And there's still some more fake ones out there too.
Yeah, Six Layer. We don't make excuses, right?
Nope.
Look, man, if you my guy, you come out here and losing your damn mind, and I'm supposed to be your friend, the way you go public is the way I go public towards you.
Yep.
If you're publicly doing it, I got to come out publicly and be like, sick. You got to pull back, bro. What's going on? Yo, not like this, sick. Hey, we need to get in private and talk. We need to call each other. But as many times as you're ignoring me and you still going off, that's as many times that I need to be trying to reach to you so that the optics are there. So then when I say, you know what? All right, I'm done with sick. There's nobody that can say legal didn't try to get sick. Legal didn't try to, but don't try to, when the smoke settles and the results are starting to hit, then I want to come out here and pamper you. When there's a difference between opinions. I don't think nobody's ever had a problem with anybody coming out here speaking their thoughts.
Because
right?
then it's gonna seem like you change your opinion only because you seem to be on the losing side now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man.
I hate it when I see podcasts and everybody's agreeing with the same shit. It drives me nuts. You know what? This
that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That I noticed on YouTube. The only two I've noticed, the main two that I watch is Crazy Lou's podcast and your podcast, and then Iron Lord's podcast. Well, they're a little bit diverse, so there's only 3 podcasts that are diverse on YouTube, and then Original Next Level Game with Mike Mullis over there on Rumble. He's on Rumble. He left YouTube because he got tired of the bullshit. But yeah, there's only 3 podcasts that actually are diverse and actually have other people's opinions and don't be like, yes, that was right. Yes, or no. I hate that shit. You know what? You don't deserve a channel
listen, my thing is this. You say what you got to say as long as it's in a respectful platform.
Exactly. That's why I said I was sorry that I had to call out everybody.
YouTube is watching us. YouTube shuts things down. You know, so we got to act like we're grown, right? When we come out here, we want to voice our opinions. Well, voice your opinion, but act grown about it. Don't sit here and act like you go anywhere talking like that. You didn't talk like that in school. You don't talk like that at funerals. You don't talk like that when you go to the movies. So you don't talk like that.
That's why I kept it short and sweet, and I didn't try to cuss too much.
I'm not talking about that.
Because I didn't want you to get controlled by the guidelines.
I got you.
Nice and sweet.
No, I got you. I'm just speaking in general. You got some people that don't understand how to be tactful. I don't have to listen, man. I don't have to call people out of their names and bring their families up, talk about their wives and all that.
I will never talk about someone's family. Now that's one thing I will never bring up in YouTube. So
let me tell you about stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
That's ultimate clown stuff. And let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna be for real, bro.
Yeah.
I've been the dude, bro. I've been that guy, right, in real time, who squeezed that thing. If y'all know what I'm talking about. Who let off. When you let off, all you gotta do is do it one time. And you'll understand why somebody gets hooked to that. And what I'm saying is,
exactly,
it takes more of a man to know when to use that situation and don't abuse that situation, right? So it's anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. That don't make nobody hard, right? So I don't look at something like that and take anybody seriously if you're not in their face with their woman right there beside them and you let off like you do with your mouth. I don't care if that's the weakest nerd on the block. He has every right to knock your gums out your mouth. There's certain things as men we don't cross lines with. And you ain't got to talk about nobody's mother, and you ain't got to talk about nobody's wife. If you want to see if there's a God, those are 2 people that you can gamble that situation off for you. So when people are sitting up there crossing the lines on Twitter and all that, I put myself in a real-time scenario. I don't play Yobi. I don't do this. I'm the new legal over here on this Di-RRec gaming show, right? With all of y'all. And all of a sudden I become a character and I lose my sense of reality. Nah, I keep my reality in my pocket everywhere I go.
Hey,
right?
new legal. Most of these punks would never agree to actually climb through the TV and meet these fuckers in real life. They wouldn't.
No, yeah. You'll be laughing at these dudes.
You don't know. You know what? You know what? I can see Crazy Lou because he's on camera, but you know what? Anybody else I could see and they're not on camera, so it's fair game. Like
let me tell you something. You
know what? I could go into Crazy Lou and he kicked my ass. That's the thing.
Let me tell you something about that. Crazy Lou living
understand.
TJ, Crazy Lou is living a whole different lifestyle, homie. that
I
a
know,
few
it's
people
a
know
pretty good
about.
lifestyle.
I used to live
Yeah.
on an island. I know what it is. And let me tell you something about living on an island, fam. There ain't that many places to run to. People on island don't be doing all that mouthing, bro. There's only so many corners on that island. Fine.
Yeah, he's Crazy Lou's looking at that crazy. He's got
He
that
knows
crazy
what I'm
face.
talking about.
He's like, I
Yeah,
know where you
that's
live,
true.
I
motherfucker.
know that. Yo,
That's
Crazy
true.
Lou. When I
That's
was a
true.
young kid, I know how to grip my palm. I know how to grip the bottom of my feet and tuck them and climb that palm tree and go up that palm tree, cut that coconut down, get that screwdriver, that hammer, and crack that bad boy up with a machete.
Yep,
I know that right.
Yep.
These boys
You
here, man.
see, that's why I've never pick a fight with Louis and go to Dominican Republic because I know he knows every corner, he knows every street.
Yeah,
So
Femo.
that'd be stupid.
It's just your mouth.
Yeah,
Your mouth.
exactly.
Mouths on islands aren't the thing. People don't tend to be mouthy on islands. It's all about crossing lines.
People talk a lot of shit, but they can't back it up.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So the thing is, man, you got to understand something about social media. Don't come on social media
unless you can
got
back
nothing
it
but
up.
feathers. You got to learn how to get some alligator skin. You got to understand what you're signing yourself up for. You got to understand this is Clown Network. All right, you got to understand that some of these people who are typing or got the mic, we're not the loudest dogs in the park. This is why they do a lot of barking. All right, no, you don't have to sit up here in front of people. Understand realities, and that's why you'll never see this. You got people that don't like me, but here's one thing they'll never say about me: Six Slayer, Crazy Lou, Drawn, TJ, Spark 117, Resident. Right in the chat community, we're not rumor makers, and we damn sure aren't liars. We don't spread lies.
Nope, we're true gamers. That's the difference.
That's right. So with that, y'all, I'll end this show. Lou, I want y'all to check out my man Crazy Lou. I believe it's Monday mornings on Boomstick's channel, Double Barrel Podcast. Yep. Go check him out over there with those guys. Crazy Lou Gets Crazy. And then on Wednesday night.
Hold on. I'll make a point real quick. Just because I don't like that podcast doesn't mean you should just go and follow it. You should go follow it. If you like Crazy Lou, go follow him and support him. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Just because I have a preference doesn't mean you guys should follow me.
You speak for yourself, fam. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Listen, John TJ. Listen.
Don't take my words as gospel. I'm just saying, keep an open mind.
TJ.
Don't be
There's a reason why, John TJ. There's a reason why I don't mention people.
Yeah,
I don't watch their channel.
I know.
No, I don't watch their channels. Yeah. It's not that. No, I just don't watch their channels.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna learn anything, so I don't watch their channel. I get enough. Listen, no, seriously. I'm a fan. When I tell y'all, bro, that I'm a fan of the streets, I'm literally.
Dude, I'm glad I met you. I met you through Crazy Lou, and then I met Six Slayer and I met Spark 117.
That's not what I do. I don't
Crazy Lou at the end of the day because he's the one that introduced me to you. So
wait. But you chose him first earlier, so now you're trying to fix things up. I got you. Don't worry, John. Real quick, let me go grab my little baby right here.
But look, man, make sure you go follow Crazy Lou.
I'm coming after you, John.
They crazy.
Oh, he's gonna knock me out like fucking Harley Quinn does.
I'm coming after you, John. I got my 4. He's right here trying after you. You son of a gun. No, I'm just kidding, John. I love you, bro. I love you.
But make sure, like I said, make sure you catch them on Boomstick's channel, Double Barrel, on Mondays in the morning.
Just because I may not like it, you guys might. You know what? Just check it out. If you like it, great. Just don't take it as gospel. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. I'm just trying to protect you, chat. I'm just trying to protect everybody. Like, don't believe everything you see or you hear, please, for the love of God, because that's what basically made everybody go nuts.
Man, if you interrupt me one more time, John TJ, I'm about to do pick your.
Go ahead, Legal.
Go ahead, Leo. Let's end this show, baby.
Check my man out, Double Barrel Gaming's the Boomstick Show on Mondays in the mornings. I don't know the exact time. Lou also has a show Xbox International Podcast Wednesday nights. Go check my man out, and then you can always check Lou over here on Di-RRec Gaming. And here comes the mysteries. I want to keep it going. Me and Lou's decided to use his platform to bring over this way. With his vision is the same as mine, to collage streets. As you heard Dron TJ, we're trying to bring more awareness to what we want to bring into the Xbox community, how we want to present the Xbox community, because without each other, we ain't gonna have nobody. Nobody's gonna share our stuff. We're not looking for that. We're content. So we're here to help each other. And then hopefully the streets follow suit. Because when the streets follow suit, we're victorious. My new motto is this: we let the streets decide if the new legal and Crazy Lou and anybody down here like us speak the Xbox language. That's up to them. That's up to them, TJ. It's not up to us, right?
Yep.
So
true.
Resident Gamer Zero left earlier today, y'all. He had to get some rest for work, but he wanted me to let everybody know that him and Snooki have done an Xbox channel.
Oh,
and they asked me to be a member, to be a part of them, and I told him certainly anything that I can do to help, especially people like him who's always had my back, who's always been a great friend. I didn't even know he had it.
Same here.
He was so humble. He was like, man, I just knew you work. And I said, nah, man, you should have still let me know. So I'll be helping him. And when we can get Lou and others on, we're gonna keep on growing. So I hope when I go over there and we like and share his channel and get it showing, that the streets will decide if Resident and Snooki is talking this Xbox language. Hopefully soon. The goal is to have a Secret Wars where it's a real community of real Xbox podcasters, real Xbox fans, real Xbox gamers coming in, doing a thing, having fun. Lou, we still gonna do gaming nights. Hey,
yes, sir.
It wasn't too long when we did Halo Firefight, and we're still gonna go back and do that.
Hey, you play
We
Halo?
still ask people to come on in.
No,
No legal. You play Halo?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we gotta play Halo, buddy.
We gotta do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you have a schedule, Di-RRec Gaming? Good question. The answer is no. I am not.
Just ask him.
Let me tell you why. When I started it, I let everybody know. No, when I tried, it does not work with me. I'm not a scheduled guy. I'm a fun guy. I do this from the heart. This is not an occupation. This damn show ain't no job.
We strike when the iron is hot.
From the heart. Six Slayer, everybody knows. We are breaking news. I gather these guys up. If these guys aren't feeling it, I'm not feeling it. We go in when we're feeling it. Sometimes I want to do a show, y'all. Six Slayer call me up. Nah, homie. We're going to wait to the end of this week because it started too early. I have a feeling it's going to be some more stuff. So we're going to wait. Guess what I do? I listen. Every show now and then I don't listen. I do a show. But most of the time I listen. It's all in good intentions and we all want to be together. That's the vision. I don't really have yo, Sanchez, I shadow drop every show. I just let people know ahead of time. Sometimes it don't even work. Listen.
Sometimes to put the
I love being on this podcast.
Look, sick. If y'all are looking for a scheduler, I have failed. There's nothing but L's coming from the new legal. It don't work.
No, you're not. You're not doing L's, man. You're not doing L's. You're not doing L's.
Okay, it's always something over here, y'all.
Don't talk shit about yourself, man. No, you're not dropping L's. You're just going with the flow. You're going with the flow.
And you know what? This channel, the chat knows me. Shout outs to JyzalGo6. I saw you, fam. He finally came in as the two seniors of my community. I saw you earlier. I wanted to say that. And I'm going to do the shout outs. Don't worry. Before we end, we're going to do the whole chat shout outs. But yo, I just wanted to say that. Shout out to Spartan 117, my compadre, man. That's my homie, my Canadian homie right there, man.
Yes,
I'm telling
sir.
you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Oh,
That
you're
dude
from
right
Canada?
here.
That's cool,
Let me
man.
tell you something, man. When I'm having this guy will not let me have a bad day. You gotta have people like this in your corner, man. This guy finds out I have a bad day. This dude is like my grandmama. You don't understand. Hey, man, listen, man. Go to a nice massage place. Go relax, legal. Go get this. Go get a nice drink. Go sit back, man. Take all the cares off your mind. Get all this stuff. Hey, protect your peace. When you got somebody who genuinely cares about you, man, your well-being, there's nothing else like it in the world, bro. And that's the kind of friend I got in him. You know, we can talk about things outside of gaming. All of us. Because the gaming is just off the fun side of our lives. It's not our lives. It's the fun side.
That's
so
true.
that's what I do to keep a schedule. I even Lou gets on me. Listen, it's all in good. Lou knows. I'll get excited. Lou knows not to jump the gun no more. No, Lou, tell him we're doing a show tonight. About 2 hours later, what happens,
Louis? I kept on
what
asking
happens,
Louis when you're gonna
Lou?
do it.
Yeah, something always happens.
I can't. So you guess what? Lou don't even fall for it no more, people. I'll be like, Lou, send out the signal. 3 hours later, Lou, you didn't send it. I know, Femo, I'm going to. Because Lou knows if I'm not saying we going live, I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
Everybody learns, and we learn. And the chat definitely done learned me. So I don't have to prove nothing to the chat.
No, you got a great fan base.
For some reason, legal likes to go against the grain. Who said we got to have schedules? Who said listen, man, make your own lane, trailblaze yourself, be different, man. Look, I ain't got to fit in because I stand out. Look, man, I ain't running for nobody.
That's for damn sure.
Right? I ain't blocking people on Twitter because if you
Lord.
show me that you're a fan.
No, because you're a grown-ass man. There's a big
Look, 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to laugh at you. But if I find you weird, I'm just going to mute you, bro. And I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep posting what I post. So listen, y'all. You'll find Spark 117 on his Xbox, on Twitter. He ain't going to let you know where he's at. He don't care about this stuff. Drawn TJ ain't going to tell you what's up. You'll find it. You find him on Di-RRec Gaming or wherever else he's at. He on Twitter and he's on his Xbox. 6-letter, let them know where they can find you at, famo.
Yo, you know you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. Been putting up the content. And also, every Thursday, Tech Knows with myself, Tech, and Realist.
And Realist. And I want to thank you too, guys. You and Realist for going over there holding my man Tech. And that's another real friend I got, man.
Tech is the homie in his own accord, bro. So,
yes, sir. Tech's another guy who really cares about you. You know, he's a guy that cares about you. And I know that for a fact.
That's good people right there.
That's good. That's super good people. And an awesome dad.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give my homie his flowers. He already knows. I know that about him. But awesome dad. You want to see 2 young little boys love their dad, man? You gotta check out Tech, man. I'm telling you, man. Awesome dad, man. Keep doing your thing, famo. And you guess what, famo? The Rangers gonna win another damn pennant on your Astros this year. You bastard. Let's go, Rangers.
Hey, Legal. Hey, Legal, can I say something, man?
The loaded Tech. Exactly.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
When Louis first introduced me to you, at first I'm like, that's another podcast. I don't know if I'm gonna trust it because I've had a lot of problems with a lot of podcasters, and I've already said the names. I'm not gonna repeat. If you want to listen, go back. You can watch the whole damn show. You're gonna have to learn the hard way. Watch it all the way through. So you're gonna have to find out. There's no chapters. So the thing is, you know what? When Crazy Lou told me, he sent me in a party chat. He said, dude, this guy is a real guy. You'll like him. He's kind of like you in a way. He's a gamer. He's a cool guy. He's not a guy that'll backstab you. He's not a guy that feeds you bullshit. he's a guy that actually cares. So I jumped in the first podcast that Louis was on, and I'm like, you know what? I like this podcast. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to jump in, and you know what? I'm going to speak my mind because, you know what? The last podcast I could truly speak my mind was Nuke Nukem's podcast before he flipped to be a fucking pony, like a full-on PlayStation guy. Now, and that was Game After Dark. But otherwise, I this is probably the second best one that actually lets me be myself. And then Crazy Lou's podcast is great too, but his is during the week.
I mean, it's Crazy
but
Lou.
his is great for the week. Oh yeah, it's crazy because you got Crazy Lou. That makes sense.
Exactly.
And then you got Sour Blow. You got Sound Cypher. That sounds like Dom from fucking from Gears. Yeah, he sounds like Gears. Yeah. So either way, man, I'm glad I found you. You're a great podcaster. You're a great guy. You don't bullshit people. You don't yank your chain. You know what? You keep it real, and you're just a cool guy. So everybody, please hit the like button, subscribe to New Legal, please. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Simple as that.
Yo, Joe, John, TJ, man, we want to thank you for being a strong supporter out here, along with Mr. Kima. People like you and Mr. Kima are like the all-stars of our community of supporters. There's a whole lot. And you know what? Because of that, we can't end the show without the roll call. Shout out to Sanchez Gaming. Shout out to John TJ, Mr. Kima, Ashtray Gaming, V Records, 30 Below, Metroplex, Smitty Smith, the man of the Book of X. Let's see who else we got. Other Zinc, the champion of champions of Root Gamers, the legendary Knowledge. Other Zinc. Shouts to man Hebot that ain't here, but all the Jago Sixes, all the Root Gamers that grace Di-RRec Gaming. Shouts to Other Zinc and the Unlimited podcast with Unlimited Productions 1 and Dia and them. Great show over there. The Sega Band and the 100s who've been standing tall for the Xbox community for many years. Salute to the Sega Man Forever, our Hawaiian brother that's been standing strong in these Xbox streets. Shout out to them dudes, man. Deploy 619 and his brother, his god brother, Slim 619. Shouts to y'all, bro. You know how I feel about you, bro. Shouts to my man Rain G4 from ATL in the building. I know my man be always sliding through. My man Dola Knight in the building that always pushes me to put out more video content. Winter Soldier, with a name like that, nobody needs no introduction. My man Future Generations, the first guy that went in with my vision. We live from the streets. And he was the first one to do that show with me. Shout outs to you, man. Shout outs to Snooky Jackson. I'll be on my way. Shout out to the realest one, even though he's in the party chat, but that's where he's from. From the party chat to the pen.
What up, realest?
Red Gaming.
What up, realest?
Realest in the house.
He stayed up. He didn't go to sleep tonight.
Future Generations joined.
My man, Bunty man. Yo, hey ma, yo, Bomba Clock, my man.
The veteran.
All the stereotypes.
Sanchez Gaming.
We got Sanchez. We got GOAT Gaming in the building. Hey, and shout out to LeBron for scoring 40,000 today, you know?
Sure.
He ain't the GOAT, but, you know, 40,000, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hate on that. Yo, we got the real Xbox Insider live on Di-RRec Gaming tonight. Shout out to Xbox Insider. I got some juicy info. Facts. Yo, you got a lot of streets. I got my man Dev, the Hyper Fang, the man who helped create the term double agents. We got, I gotta leave my man for the end, y'all know, but we got Sour Blow from Xbox International Podcast in the building.
Sour Blow.
Yo, you know, when I first saw Sour Blow, you know what he remind me of? He remind me of a New York Yankee player, or a Mets player, or a Boston Red Sox player.
Don't give me more ammo. What's his name? What's his name? Don't give me more ammo.
Dude, hey, dude, legal.
A northern baseball.
Dude, every time you say that, now he's gonna give Louis shit on Wednesday. Watch.
Let's go, baby.
I'm gonna give him shit because I already called the Lionel Richie wannabe with all them haircuts.
He's Lionel Richie.
Oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling. I can see.
Oh my God!
Taking it back.
It's okay, Sour Blow. We love you.
Shout out to my man Sockness in the building. Let's see who else, man. Who else? Oh yeah, man. Oh, John TJ, you think this? You think you call people out? This is the legend of call out, folks. He reminded me of you from the beginning. This is how this man got known out here in the streets. The legendary Sean J. Flame on, baby. Flame on. That's the fireman out here, bro. Shane G never held back calling people out.
Facts.
Dark Paladin gaming page, man. Shout out to him, man. He was messing with us tonight, man. Resident put the damn link in a wrong group chat that he was in. And Dark Paladin had the thing. He was messing with us all night long. But shout out to Dark Paladin, man. We know, man. Good stuff, bro.
He's joking. He's joking, yeah.
Oh, man. He had me rolling tonight, man. And let's see. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. We did Ashtray. We said Ashtray game.
What about Dolomite?
We did Dolomite.
Okay.
But, the B Congo was in the building along with the Jago 6. I know he was there. I had to say his name again. Why so serious in the house? And folk them in the building.
You gotta say it like the Joker. Why so serious?
That's it, brother.
Why so serious?
We got XFO in the building. Let's see who else, man. Oh, look, man. If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. But we got
name wrong.
We got Von One Guy Spy in the building. Let's see. Yo, every time I see Xbox Insider, man, I want to crack.
How do you say this guy's name? Yo folks Dem? Is that my saying right?
Folk Dem. Yo folk Dem. This country, bro. I know. Listen, man, I got a little Memphis in me.
Because I'm a little bit buzzed, to be honest.
Yeah, if you're a Northerner or if you're a Westerner or an East, you can't figure. I already knew it. That flowed good with me, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's it, man. I think that's it. And I gotta give. And then the MVP of the MVPs. Let me make sure, man. Talus Reed. Talus Reed in the building.
Oh, yeah. Talus is a cool guy. He's everywhere, man.
You don't want to get hawked down, baby. Cool. You don't want to feel them talons, baby. Let's see.
He's the other version of me, man. He's just like me. He's everywhere in every podcast, and he always says everybody to hit the like and subscribe button.
No doubt.
He's just like me. Dude,
man.
Big supporter,
supporting people
of the community.
Yeah, he's everywhere, man. Be careful. You know what? He'll find you. He doesn't care where you're at.
Facts. I gotta give Dark Paladin his look, man. Shout out to Dark Paladin, man. Have me laughing today, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, Castlevania 2. Oh man, that game.
The MVP, bro. The MVP.
It's so hard.
My man, legendary Yobi, man.
Legend, what up, big homie?
You know what? I feel home here at this podcast. I can actually honestly say that.
Man,
I don't feel
like
an outcast.
Me and Sig and them, we always say, bro, we love to hear from the streets. We love to hear from y'all. We do this to spark you guys. We want to see people. And like you said, you advocated for anybody who thinks you have to have some equipment. You don't. You have your phone. Or you got the
Xbox, guys. I'm using my damn Xbox.
That's right. Come on in here, man, and get your voice heard. It's all it is.
Yep.
Shout out to legendary Yobi one more time. Much love to everybody out here. It's the new legal, baby. Represent Di-RRec Gaming. where we bring gaming to the streets and the streets back to gaming. Damn, that felt good to say that. You know what? That's my old slogan. I guess I got to bring that back now, but I will keep this.
Yeah, you got to bring it back.
I got to keep that one. Let me say that one more time. This
Say it
is the
again.
new legal from Di-RRec Gaming, where we bring the streets to gaming and gaming back to the streets. Also, never let nobody, and let me tell you, I'm talking about even your great-great-grandmama. I'm going to take it there. You don't even let her take your extra man. Don't let nobody take that one up in your life. Everybody deserves an extra man. Everybody. And with that, always keep it gaming no matter what, man. That's what this is about. Thanks to the Chit Chat community. Thanks to the gamers all around the world for making this little channel called Di-RRec Gaming International. Lou.
Oh, and it's not a little podcast.
John, Spartan, we out of here. I got a flying saucer. Man, you know what? I ain't took my flying saucer out in a minute, but I got my flying saucer, man. Y'all ready to hop in? Let's go to Cancun or something, man. Let's get out of here and get some real
I've been to Cancun. I've been to Cabo and Acapulco.
Oh, let's go to Cabo, my man. We going to Cabo because John DJ said we out of here, people. And like my man said,
peace, everybody. Hit the like button.
Peace.